What's up, Star Wars fans? You made your way to the Star Wars headquarters. My name's Ryan, joined with my twin bro Robbie.
Hey guys, what's up?
And that's right, we're looking at the Rogue One Scarif DLC, guys, for this live stream. As you know, we went to Electronic Arts headquarters in California a couple days back.
Yes, we did.
Got the opportunity to actually play the DLC and record gameplay.
Yep.
We got some brand new gameplay for you guys, which we're going to show for you right now.
Yep.
And again, special thanks to EA and DICE for inviting us out to Los Angeles, California to capture the game. And then we also did the live stream with producer Paul Keslin.
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And you know,
it was
also,
amazing, guys.
I did want to especially thank Matthew Everett, Sledgehammer70, for being at the controls of the live stream.
Yes.
He did an amazing job with the live stream.
And then
really
Criterion developer,
Yes.
art director, Kieran. I think it was the
Yep,
level
yep.
artist
You
Kieran
got it,
was
yep.
there as well. And we experienced the VR, which was awesome, guys. But right now, let's take a look at what we're looking at here. We are looking at, I think it was Blast,
This
if I'm
is
not
Blast.
mistaken.
Yeah,
That was
this is
Blast mode
Blast,
there that
so-
you guys saw. And you'll notice that that particular map was kind of like an evening setting
Yeah.
on Scarif, which of course is the new planet in the Star Wars universe. It is going to be in the movie Rogue One, guys. And this DLC comes out December 6th, and you're going to get to experience Scarif before the movie, which is incredible. And right here, we just threw the brand new star card, the Sonic Imploder.
Oh yeah. Now,
Which-
now,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
a really good star card, by the way. You're probably wondering what's the difference between the Sonic Imploder and the Flash Grenade. They both blind you.
Exactly.
But the Sonic Imploder does do damage to you, and what's really important about the Sonic Imploder is it does break the armor of anyone that is buffed by the hero. So the armor is something that's brand new to Rogue One Scarif, so that is one reason why you really want to use the Sonic Imploder. And everyone, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thank you
I
guys
see you
for
all in
joining
the
us.
chat. Some shout outs here. We've got Alex here, Star Wars Monkey, Maxwell Jackson, who apparently loves bacon, and then
Agent Gebo Long.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for joining. And if you want to, you can go ahead and look at that description and take the poll.
Yep.
Because we are asking the question today. Let's pop that open really fast. It is transitioning. What weapon will likely be your favorite? The A180, which has the 3 abilities, or the DT29, which has manual reload.
So it looks like the A180 is winning so far, and
Yes.
I'm not surprised because it's also my favorite weapon in the DLC. And of course, when we went to DICE, we actually got to experience the A180. We're gonna have gameplay of that for you guys in the stream.
Oh yeah.
But what's really unique about the A180, guys, is it has 3 abilities. It's got the sniper ability, it's got the rifle ability, and then of course the ion shot, and it actually will replace your star cards. So keep in mind, you won't get any star cards with it. And, you know, compared to the DT29, it's a little bit different because the DT29 has the actual reload function, which is the first time we've ever seen it. I'm watching the poll right now. It was even there for a second. It's going crazy now.
It's going crazy now, and the DT29, now this may change your vote.
Yeah.
The DT29 is immune to disruption.
Yeah, so get that,
So
guys.
that's big.
If you hate disruption and you want to get around it, the DT29 is a great option for you.
Yes, it is. So keep on voting. It looks like the A180 is still going strong. I think you are using, what weapon are you using here? The bow rifle. Yeah, that's another weapon that is coming later down the road.
Yeah, so
but not with the Rogue One Scarif DLC.
Exactly. So the bow rifle, of course, is the same weapon that Zeb uses from Star Wars Rebels. It's part of the Lasat species, guys, and there is kind of a hint on when we can expect the bow rifle to come to Star Wars Battlefront. When we spoke to producer Paul Keslin during our live stream, he kind of hinted around that it might be near holiday since all the developers are off, and they're going to introduce it, I guess, in a unique way, according to the rumors and stuff. Again, it's not officially confirmed, but they're going to probably introduce it in a unique way. And our guess is what's going to happen is the developers will enter a match with the bow rifle, and then when you kill them, they will drop their bow rifle, and then you'll pick it up, and then you'll earn the bow rifle permanently, and then it will kind of spread kind of virally throughout the game. That's at least our guess.
Yeah, but it's a
with the
pretty
bow
good
rifle.
guess
Yeah.
because also during the live stream, Paul confirmed that you will see a star indicator by a developer's name now in the HUD.
So that's gonna
now
be
you know to
interesting.
hunt these guys down. If you see someone with a star by their
Yep.
name, you know that they are a developer. It's likely that they would be carrying the bow rifle. I would
Yeah, that's a
assume
very good
that's the
question.
assumption.
That's a very good point. I don't know why I didn't even think of that when you
Yeah,
told us. And,
yeah. So
going back to the fact that it's Zeb's weapon, I do want to mention that the Lasats actually earned the bow rifle by killing the person who had the bow rifle.
yeah, so it's really cool how it ties
Yeah.
into like
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
very
story.
unique.
It makes sense. I love when gameplay features and new multiplayer features actually tie into the narrative of the game world. I think that they're nailing it with that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, you can see that we're still using the bow rifle, guys, trying to get some kills with it.
Oh, yeah.
And we got our star cards equipped. And I really do recommend using the scan pulse on Scarif because of the shrubs, the trees. There's a lot of cover that players are going to take advantage of in this DLC. So just keep that in mind. And I think the scan pulse gives you a major advantage.
Then you will definitely love Boba Fett because he has
Oh,
been
yeah.
updated. His
Yeah, that's
new
a very good
trait
point.
has a passive ability with it, which is a scan pulse. And as you go through his traits, it becomes more powerful and more prevalent throughout the course of the match.
Yep, exactly. And guys, welcome to the live stream. If you're new to the live stream, be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button, guys. We're going for 500 likes. So can we get 500 likes? We will see.
We will
And
see.
appreciate the donuts there, Skills.
We always love
We
our
love donuts. You guys know us too well.
Yes, you do.
And let's see here. So Jerson wants to know, are there going to be playable Y-Wings? So the answer on that is no. Currently, there's no playable Y-Wings. But the U-Wing is playable, guys, in the Phase 1 of the Infiltration mode. So in the space battle, it's playable. And then the U-Wing, you can actually man the guns of the U-Wing as well, which don't worry, we will be showing you very soon in this live stream. We'll also be showing off the heroes, Director Krennic, and Jyn Erso, as well as the star cards, the power-ups, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and don't be afraid, guys, to post there in the chat as to what you want to see. Do you want to see the A180, the DP29, the new U-Wing,
Yep.
Director Krennic, whatever? We will try to get you that. But you'll notice here we switched up to another game of Blast here, and we are using the A180, and it is daytime, so you can see how they have various conditions of day here between the maps. And it really does make it feel very, very different.
Yeah.
And Ryan actually did a recent video in this area.
Yeah, capturing
Yep.
that area, guys, and we have a 360-degree virtual reality video up and running on our channel right now.
Yes.
So be sure to take a look at it. You can actually experience that section of the map in a 360 VR environment.
Yeah.
And then we have one coming out today with the U-Wing. So you'll actually be able to see the U-Wing sitting there on Scarif and see it, for yourself.
So that will be out after this stream.
Yep.
So stay tuned to our channel. We will have a 360-degree video, so you can use your phone and move it
Yeah,
around.
you can actually use your phone, guys.
You can also, sit at your computer, and
use
it's compatible with the
Google Cardboard.
Yeah.
Cardboard, yeah. So if you
Yeah.
have Google Cardboard or any other similar VR device, you can just put that on, click on the Google Cardboard button, and then it will kind of activate it for Google
That
Cardboard.
is amazing. It is amazing technology,
Yep,
definitely.
it's
and
awesome.
Right,
VR
right
is
now,
the future.
It is. It is. We actually got to try the Rogue One
VR.
X-Wing mission.
Yeah,
VR
exactly, which
mission.
was amazing, guys. It's so immersive, and I cannot wait for the full mission to come out, guys. But right now, guys, we are taking a look at the A180 in action. And one thing I wanted to point out, if you guys have not seen this weapon in action before, look at the bottom right corner of the screen, and you'll notice that the star cards have been replaced with the weapon's abilities. You got the sniper ability in the first slot, the rifle ability in the second slot, and then, of course, that ion ability in the third slot. So this weapon, what do you think about it?
I love it because it really
Yeah.
allows you to go up against enemies at any range.
Yep.
But also, what's really cool with the secondary fire, with the ion shot, and, excuse me, the secondary fire of the TL50 and the ion shot here, is that you can counter vehicles and turrets, which
Yep.
is really nice.
Yeah, so it's a very powerful weapon, guys, but keep in mind, you won't get those star cards with this weapon, so there is a trade-off with it, and
Oh, yeah,
I
big
really like
trade-off.
it. Because, yeah, during our live stream when we were talking to Paul, you know, what we discussed was it kind of eliminates people from jump packing all the time.
Yeah.
So it's gonna add some interesting balance to the game. You won't see as many people jump packing, and I would like to see more weapons like this introduced to the game. What do you guys think? It adds a whole new mechanic to the game, and it just makes the game feel more fresh when they do this
Yeah.
kind of stuff, in my opinion, and it adds more depth.
So you're gonna see less jump packing.
Yeah.
You're gonna see less disrupting in the game because
Yeah.
the disruption has been nerfed.
Which is great. How has it been nerfed? Like, how has it been nerfed?
Basically, with disruption, it now when you press the button, it doesn't activate immediately. It takes 1.5 seconds to
Exactly.
activate, and that really does work, guys, to discourage players from using it
Thank
over and over again.
goodness.
Yeah, because it's a lot harder to use now. You
Yeah.
have to time your disruption just right, and you know, me and Ryan were playing this at the event, and we noticed a lot less use of the disruption mechanic for sure.
Yeah. And welcome guys to the chat. Looks like we have Awesome Bob, Rain
Welcome,
Cloud,
welcome.
and welcome guys. Definitely appreciate you guys joining us. And
Star Wars Monkey asks, what do you think of the damage in the bow rifle? Is it good besides the melee?
so with that, that's a very good question. So keep in mind the melee of the bow rifle is a one-hit, one-kill. So the melee on that thing almost is the primary use of that weapon.
It really
seems.
is.
And with that in mind, they want to make sure the weapon's not too OP. So the blaster fire of the bow rifle has been lessened compared to other blaster rifles simply because it does have that one-hit, one-kill melee.
Yeah, it's very powerful. You gotta get in there, get up close. And the best use of it is with the jump pack. It's just the fact. You gotta really use your jump pack and get in there and start meleeing everyone inside. I don't know if it's gonna be... I think it might be really good for blast mode. I'm not too sure how it's going to work in more objective-based modes. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be like catering to close quarters
I
combat.
do too, exactly.
And really those modes like maybe even cargo where you do have to get up close and personal to get to the objective.
Yeah. Now, Stefan in the chat asks, what are the new skins? What's the new customization? And if we're looking at the Rebels here, you're going to notice that they do have a new default skin for Scarif.
Yeah.
They don't have any other customization that we know of course. It's just this default skin, which is pretty cool looking, guys. I really love it. And now the Imperials, they have the Shore Trooper as the default skin.
Yeah.
And then they do have the Shore Trooper Captain, which has that blue on them, which is the level 100 Imperial skin, guys. And I don't know how much it costs just yet. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty expensive.
1 million credits.
Yes. So hopefully you guys have enough credits built up and got the chance to play that quadruple weekend. If you don't, hopefully there is a double XP weekend or something like that soon.
Yeah, and Josh asks, how long does the rifle mode last? So Ryan does have the rifle mode activated right now.
Yep.
Basically, when you fire it, though, what's really cool about it when you're in the rifle mode is that you do not have to worry about a cooldown. You can just hold down the trigger for as long as you can, and it lasts about, I would say,
I don't know. I know.
4 seconds or
Maybe
so,
longer
4 or
than
5
that.
seconds.
Yeah.
That's complete guess. We'll see.
We'll
it
take a look
activated
right here.
in just a moment, but that's a very good question. I feel like the time is pretty good with it.
Yeah.
It's not too short, not too long.
And right here we've activated the sniper mode, so hopefully we can get a sniper shot off here.
Really do it.
Oh, close.
Man. So close, yet so far. Okay, so he did just fire off his weapon. You'll see there. I would say that's
Yeah.
about 5 seconds.
Yeah, so it lasts a pretty good amount of time, and it's actually good for medium. It's actually good for a lot of ranges, but I've noticed it's most effective for close to medium range with that rifle mode activated. And then, of course, it does reset once you die, which is nice.
Yeah.
So if you do activate the rifle mode, then die, it'll just be fresh. Again, it doesn't work just like star cars, but
Yeah, and you'll notice the medical droid there. I wanted to mention that the Bacta-Bomb and the medical droid have seen some changes. You can actually buff heroes now.
yeah.
With the, both of those, so that is very, very cool. That's one thing that we did want, is the ability to get in there and heal a hero, but it is less effective than healing a regular soldier. It's only 10%, I think.
10%.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And you cannot buff beyond your 100 health. So right now we're seeing the Rebel here with 130 health, I guess you could say.
Okay,
you can't
I see.
do 110 health or something like that for the heroes. They are, no matter what, stuck at 100 health.
Okay, gotcha, yeah. And that makes sense. You don't want the heroes to be too powerful.
OP.
One thing they
Already.
did, one thing they did mention with Darth Vader is as he gets closer to enemies, he becomes more powerful, and you can combine that, you know, with the back-to-bomb, you know, so remember that, to take advantage of that as well. Then also, Chewbacca has that roar, so if he's healed, if he's, you know, being healed by someone, and then he uses that roar, he's going to become more powerful, so you can kind of make the most out of your setup there, so remember to do that.
Really tank the tanks.
Yeah,
in
tank
other
the
words.
tanks, yeah.
So that could be an effective strategy, definitely.
And Darth Destroyer wants to know, what are the modes in the Rogue One Scarif DLC? Well, we got a bunch of modes in there, and these modes are some exciting modes in there. You got the new Infiltration multi-stage game mode, guys, which evolves going from space combat
We could show
to
that.
2 ground
show
combat
that
modes.
right
Yeah,
now.
we'll show that right now. And then we have Walker Assault, Turning Point, and then Blast in the Scarif DLC. So we got some really good core modes in this DLC. And right now, like Robbie brought up the screen here, we got Infiltration mode. We're going to spawn in as an X-Wing here, and the goal with the first phase of Infiltration mode is to get your Rebel U-Wing into that shield gate so you can get on the planet Scarif. And if you're playing as an X-Wing, you must guard the U-Wings, which every vehicle is playable by the players, except for, of course, like B-Wing, stuff like that. But
Yeah, and the U-Wing is rotated much like the, the
just like
vehicles
Death Star.
in the Death Star, where players are randomly chosen as you go. You know, you may see this U-Wing get destroyed. The next cycle will be 2 U-Wings, and then there will be more and more U-Wings until the Rebels try to push through that shield gate.
Yep.
And they do really want you succeeding as the Rebels to get to phase 2 and phase 3.
Exactly, yeah. So, as we look at this space battle looks incredible, guys.
So
You got a bunch of debris. My favorite part, of course, is the planet Scarif down below. I have no idea how they got it to look this good, but the planet is absolutely stunning. And you can see the detail. You can even see like the shield around the edge of the planet.
Yeah.
Like if you look really close there, and then we got Star Destroyers as well.
It is quite beautiful. I would love to see a map that is during the rain. I think that would be very, very cool,
that would be
because we did get to see some indication that this is a very rainy planet, at least in the Rogue One, a Star Wars story trailers.
Yep.
Which, of course, the movie we're extremely excited about. It's coming up December
Oh my gosh.
16th.
Almost 10 days now, I think.
That's crazy.
So close, guys.
That
so
is crazy.
12 days away from the Rogue One movie. Who has basically pre-ordered their tickets? Who has gotten their tickets? We're going to go see it the day before.
Yeah.
Because we got the advanced screening, of course.
Yep, we
so
are ready.
We're probably going to show up like 2 hours before it starts. Maybe
Yeah,
even
because
sooner.
we made the mistake with Force Awakens.
Yeah.
It was super crowded.
Yep.
And we had a tough time finding seats. We didn't even get to sit together.
I know, that was so disappointing. I was so disappointed in that, but this time we're going to be smart guys and get there super early.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you can see just how beautiful this battle is. And of course, there's tons of debris that you've got to avoid. So you got to be really skilled here. That's one thing that they have done a great job over the course of the DLCs, is adding more, debris and objects in Fighter Squadron, where you really have to maneuver and you can take cover as well. So using the Star Destroyers, especially as cover, is a great idea if you are in the U-Wing, so going under their bellies and using that protective cover.
And Ruby says he's got it for the 14th, the tickets, and many of you guys, looks like Mr. Chewbacca even says the 14th, so you guys are going to be seeing it even before us, I think.
Wow.
So I'm guessing you guys are probably outside of the U.S., because I don't
Probably
think...
the United Kingdom.
Yeah,
or
I don't think
something
in
like
the U.S. you can get the tickets that early. I think we're going to be seeing it on the 15th.
We are extremely jealous of you guys. By the
Yeah,
way,
no fair.
there have been some additional changes that we did go over in a recent video that was posted this morning. If you did miss that, you could find it in the description below. It is all of the, at least most of the major changes coming to the Rogue One DLC and the base game through a patch. So you're going to be seeing changes to the trait system. The hero traits are being added to our vanilla heroes. You're going to be seeing a new armor system. Disruption has been nerfed, And then weapons are getting something called specials. That's only for the Rogue One weapons, though. But that's really the future of what Battlefront is about, in my opinion, is weapon specials.
Yeah.
And then the DT-29, A-180, and there's a bunch of other details about the weapons, including the TL-50 nerf, which I think a lot of you are going to be very excited about, because I know you don't enjoy getting killed by that secondary fire all the time. Yes, excuse me. A nerf is coming for the TL-50.
Yep, and I know many of you guys are celebrating that because you were sick and tired of being killed by that secondary fire.
Yeah, it was a pain in the butt. So if you want to check out all of those patch notes in great detail, check out the video in the description below. And remember, later on after this video, we have a brand new 360-degree VR experience video made by Ryan here. And that will be posted, and it's going to be dedicated to the UE.
Yeah, so you guys will get to experience it in 360 degrees, and if you have like Google Cardboard or another VR device, you can actually use that to experience it in a 360-degree environment, and we're going to be doing more of those for you guys because it seems like a lot of you do like it. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but check it out. And welcome, guys. Welcome to the live stream. If you're new to the Star Wars headquarters, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We have tons of Star Wars content here at Star Wars HQ.
Yeah.
Including covering the Rogue One DLC, of course, because DICE was nice enough to invite us out to Los Angeles, guys. And again, this is pre-recorded footage of our experience over at the Electronic Arts headquarters. And we had a blast. We played with other YouTubers.
Man, it was so much fun.
Yeah, we got to hang out with the developers, we got to talk to them, and it was just a blast. We got through the live stream with producer Paul Kessler and then the level artist Kieran from Criterion.
Yeah.
We just had so much fun.
Yeah.
It was definitely something that we'll always remember.
I was just going to say that exact same thing.
Yeah. It's like we're twins.
What? How's that possible? Oh, but right here you're seeing Turning Point mode.
Yep.
It is in the rotation for the Rogue One Scarif playlist, so you will be rotating between Infiltration mode, Walker Assault, Turning Point. I don't know if Fighter Squadron will be in there or not.
I'm not too sure.
I'm hoping
That's a very
that,
good
but
question.
they are really focused on the ground-based modes more this time than ever before. They did listen to the feedback about the Death Star DLC, which is getting an update as well.
Yep.
December 6th, you will be seeing, what is it? A cargo, and then droid run added to that map rotation on the Death Star.
Yeah, so that's exciting too. Yeah, they're updating the Death Star, guys, and I think one of the biggest complaints about the Death Star was it was way too heavily focused on flying. And if you didn't like flying, you didn't necessarily think of the Death Star as your favorite DLC, but with this update, you know, it's easily going to take one of the top spots for the DLC. But my favorite DLC so far, guys, can you guess what it is?
Rogue One Scarif.
Rogue One Scarif. It's hands down my favorite DLC so far. I absolutely love this DLC. The environments are just gorgeous. I love the new weapons. I love the new customization. The Imperial Shore Trooper is definitely, I think, my favorite customization in the game.
Yeah,
hands down.
They noticed that we're twins. Timothy was like, "Are they twins?"
Yep.
Yeah, we are twins. And one of you guys asked who is older. Well, I'm actually older by a day. Ryan was stuck in the womb.
I was stuck in the womb for an extra 24 hours.
No, he wasn't. No, really. Well, I'm older by 5 minutes, so...
Yeah, and I was kind of tugging on Robbie, trying to compete to get out first, and he
was grabbing my umbilical cord.
Yep, I was trying to pull him back.
I was strangling him, and then I fought. And
I remember it vividly. I still remember it to this day, guys.
Hey, someone actually guessed it. Han Solo said, Robbie is slightly older. I wonder how he guessed that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good guess. Usually people can't guess that.
I know, yeah, that's so true.
And Star Wars Monkey has a good question. He says, can you damage yourself with the sonic imploder? The answer is yes.
Oh, yeah.
If you throw that down at your feet, you know, you will be blinded. Yeah, you're going to hurt yourself, so...
You gotta be very,
I'll be honest with you, I blinded myself many times with it.
You know what we need to I know, yeah, because it's got a big radius. You gotta keep your distance for sure.
Yeah, be careful.
But one thing about the sonic imploder, again, is that it can break that armor, and it's very, very useful in that way. And it is different from the flash grenade. Because that's what I was wondering. I was like, what is the big difference from the sonic imploder to the flash grenade? It seems like they're really kind of just adding something in there, just to add it in there. But no, it does work against, you know, also, by the way, it does work against Bosk's predator vision. It's one of the few things that can
okay.
counter his predator vision.
That's
so.
good to know, because Bosk, he is very powerful, and if you blind him, you're going to really hurt his chances of getting your teammates or yourself. And right here, we're seeing that I'm using, I think I'm using the E11 here. Yeah, I'm using the E11 here, guys. Going old school.
Old school.
I wanted to switch it up a little bit to show that the vanilla weapons are still very useful.
I still love the TL50. By the way, they did not nerf the TL50 primary fire.
Okay, they did not.
So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, which is good, because I felt like the primary fire of the TL50 was perfect anyway.
It is so good.
And right here we got, if you look right here, we have Death Troopers, guys, who have spawned alongside Krennic.
Yeah.
And they are huge. Like, they are literally bigger in body weight and size compared to normal Stormtroopers, so...
It's science.
Yeah, so I think that's the reason also it's not considered a customization. I think that's the reason why they did not put that in as a customization.
Because you'd have like 6'5".
These too powerful. They're just too powerful, guys.
Lumbering through the Battlefront.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at the poll. So we have been asking the question throughout this live stream, what are you most excited to play with? Which new weapon, the A180 or the DT29? And it seems like the majority of you are really excited for the A180.
Yep, I love the A180. Completely agree, guys. Those three abilities completely dominate now. The DT29, I think, is your favorite of the two? Or are you kind of having second thoughts?
Well, the DT29 is going to be great if you are really annoyed by anyone that's actually succeeding in using the disruption.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be great. So that also means that Krennic is invulnerable to disruption.
Yeah, so
he uses the DT29.
Yeah, so the DT29 is Krennic's weapon, so he is invulnerable to the destruction. Right there, we see the Sonic Imploder in action. Hopefully I didn't just blind myself there. But it kind of shows you what it does to you, and my guess is no one's going to be using that flashbang grenade anymore.
Yeah,
with the Sonic Imploder.
Yeah, it's still a lot more powerful in terms of blinding opponents than the Sonic Imploder.
Yes,
yeah, I agree
That's a very
that the
good
flash
point.
grenade is probably going to take a backseat to the Sonic Imploder, definitely.
Yeah, plus the Sonic Imploder just looks cooler.
Yeah.
And it sounds amazing. We talked about how DICE actually has invented new Star Wars sounds, guys, including the Thermal Imploder and the Sonic Imploder. And then they also did create the weapon animations for when the A180 switches to sniper rifle mode and the rifle mode. So DICE is really innovating, guys, and creating brand new stuff and introducing brand new stuff to the Star Wars universe, which is awesome.
Yeah, and Marvelous Gaming asks, will anything change outside of the Season Pass? Yes. The vanilla heroes are getting hero traits. We did an entire video about all of those changes.
Yeah, we can go over those changes if you want to.
We can go over those changes now, but if you do want a shorter, condensed version of it and you don't want to have to do the live stream here, you can find that video in the description below. We just posted it this morning. But yeah, let's go over those changes really fast. So, the base trait system, Berserker, Bodyguard, and more, can now be leveled up with scoring events instead of just kills. So playing the objective now really does matter. You'll also notice that your UI, which you don't actually have a trait equipped. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't know why I don't have it equipped right here. But you'll see like a little yellow circle above the mini-map.
Yeah, and you'll track each level of that circle. You'll notice it going up, in increments. There's 6 ticks to the circle as it goes up, or events to level up. This includes killing with the back-to-bomb, activating objectives, nailing that headshot, so you get, ticks to that level as you do that. And then if you die, it resets again. It goes back down a level. So if you're at trait level 3, you die, you go down to trait level 2, and so on.
And before we go on to the other traits, don't worry, we're not neglecting the chat here. Battlefront 1 Cool says, list your favorite DLCs in order. For me, I would have to say, this is going to be my list. I would have to say Rogue One Scarif #1. I would have to say Outer Rim #2. Well, for me, it's a tie between Outer Rim and Death Star DLC because I do love the Death Star DLC, so those are tied for me. Number 3, I guess you'd say, since they're tied at number 2, is going to be Bespin.
Okay, yeah,
that's my
I
list.
agree with Ryan's list because the Death Star now has been bumped up.
Yeah,
because of the changes that are coming up, so I'm very excited to dive back into the Death Star. I wasn't playing as much, to be honest with you guys, because of the amount of flying going on. But lot of you were wondering about the hero traits, and I did
Yeah,
want to
the hero
highlight
traits,
that.
guys.
And I think we'll go to Krennic gameplay.
Yeah, so while we're talking about heroes, guys, we'll go over the new vanilla hero traits and then talk about first Krennic's special abilities as we watch him demolish a bunch of rebels. If you look at the bottom right corner there, guys, you'll see he's got 3 special abilities. He's got the droid in slot number 2, and then he has in slot number 3 a way to buff your allies in that circle.
Yeah.
And then what is the first ability?
The first ability is his armor breaker ammunition. So he puts in new ammunition, but the rate of fire is terribly slow, so you got to be very, very careful with that one. But the point of that ability is to really break the armor of anyone that is buffed by enemy heroes. So his trait also, let me see, what is his trait again? I'm blanking it. He armors up, I believe it is. The more he's around allies, I believe his armor increases, and he also buffs people around him.
Yeah, so that's a very cool addition, guys. So it kind of encourages you to support Krennic and then vice versa. And my favorite special abilities of his is definitely the droid. I really love that droid, guys. It's so cool to see him roaming around with the shield. He'll also release some dioxis gas on his enemy.
Yep.
And he's just a very useful droid. He's kind of like a mobile shield.
He really is. Yeah, he's like a mobile base. Yep. Really, really good at defense. Now, what about the other hero traits like the vanilla-based hero? So Luke Skywalker is going to be getting faster sprint speed as you obtain kills. Han Solo is going to be getting more blaster damage over a longer distance, making him quite the sniper now. Princess Leia gives armor to any rebels nearby. Darth Vader armors up, get this, as he has more enemies around him, so you really want to get in there. And like if you have 5 enemies around you, you're going to be more armored up as compared to if you have like 2 enemies around you. Now, Palpatine's lightning recharges faster the more enemies you kill, and Boba Fett, it's a very cool change. He has his jetpack, which recharges faster, and is given a passive ability, which is a scan pulse ability, which becomes more active the higher the level you go up in your trait.
Yeah, so out of all those, I think one of my favorites is Vader's, because it kind of changes your mentality when you play with Vader. Instead of fearing a bunch of enemies when they get around you, if you get like grouped up with a bunch of enemies, you're going to become stronger. So in a way, it kind of changes your mentality. You want to kind of approach a huge group to become stronger, get that temporary buff, and then kill them all.
Kill everyone. I really like how Boba Fett is getting the passive ability, which is the scan ability. I think that's going to be huge for anyone that kind of has neglected Boba Fett. I think he's going to be more of a powerhouse now and someone you could really dominate with.
Yeah. And let's take a look at the chat, guys. Alex wants to know how many map variants there are in the DLC. I believe it's 4.
Yeah, 4 total. That includes the Shield Gate, the fighter squadron-based map.
And the maps do feel completely different from each other, and the different lighting, guys, really helps with that. If you look at this lighting in this Walker Assault match, it's sunset lighting. It feels completely different than the afternoon setting of the map. And there's also more forested maps. Right here, this is kind of like an island map. It feels more kind of like an island map.
It is so beautiful, too.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I love the palm trees.
I think this is probably one of my favorite maps out of all of them, because it also has that tower building in the distance, and you get to see the, right there you see some of the AT-ACTs.
Yeah, AT-ACTs in the distance, and those are the new walkers.
Yes.
So they're the new version of the AT-AT guys, and get this. They are literally 40% bigger than the AT-ATs. They are massive in size, and you don't go directly up against them. You see them more in the distance, because DICE did say they would be simply too big to put into the middle of one of these maps, which does make sense. In the movie, we're going to get to see them up close in action, as we've seen in the trailer, and then you'll get to see them in the distance in the Rogue One DLC, and they did a great job really representing the AT-ACTs and then the environment. It looks just like the movie. It's incredible.
Yeah, it looks like you're staring into the movie, and I just love that tower in the distance. Now, that tower, I think, is where Jyn Erso ends up. We've seen that in the trailer. And it looks like she could end up facing off against Vader's tie. That's my prediction.
See.
That's a prediction. That's my speculation.
And remember, guys, if you're worried about spoilers, there's no spoilers in this DLC.
Exactly.
And, you know, we're going to not keep speculation to a minimum, of course, about the movie. We do not want to spoil the movie for you guys at all. And keep in mind, you'll get to experience the heroes from the film. You're going to get to experience the environments, but it will not spoil the movie.
Yeah, that's really important. It's kind of like the Jakku DLC, in that you get a sneak peek as what to expect from the movie.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with that. It's very rare for a studio to be able to pull that off. You know, kind of synchronize their efforts alongside the movie, which is pretty awesome.
Yep. And we will go back to some brand new gameplay here from Ryan, who is playing Walker Assault here. You'll notice that Walker Assault has changed a little bit, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not 3 sets of uplinks, it's now 2 sets of uplinks, so it makes it, I think it probably makes it about 5 minutes shorter.
Yeah.
Because I always thought that Walker Assault was a little bit too long, just a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important for anyone that's going to college, working, that's in school, that they can have time to go through a lot of the content in a little bit of time. You know, they can sit down for an hour and experience. Instead of 2 maps or something, they can
I
experience
prefer a
4.
little bit shorter with Walker Assault. So it's going to be interesting to see what you guys think about it. So the question is, guys, do you prefer the longer game modes or do you prefer shorter game modes? Leave it in the chat. Let us know what you think. I prefer, you know, like Robbie mentioned, it's going to be about 5 minutes shorter probably, which I think is going to be a great
It's not
time.
significant.
Yeah, it's
not
not
like
too
they
significant.
dropped it significantly, but it's enough to really notice that you're rotating more.
Yeah,
through
exactly.
The
Going
maps
on
and
through the
stuff
maps,
like that.
yep.
It's when you get into game modes that are like half hour long.
Yeah, the
where I'm like,
fatigue starts setting in.
and there's another problem with that. Some people may disconnect and they're going to lose all of that progress.
Yeah.
So a shorter game mode really does help in, I think, in many, many different ways.
Yeah, very good point. And Karst wants to know in the chat, Robbie and Ryan, when does Hero Blast come? Please answer. Well, we did actually ask producer Paul Keslin for you guys during the Rogue One live stream over at Electronic Arts. And while he really couldn't confirm it, there's no confirmation, first of all, of Hero Blast. But he did mention how the game code basically did get broken into. And while that can happen, it certainly is not something they want to happen, and it certainly does not mean that it's officially in the game. So we don't know yet about Blast, but we're hoping that DICE does show.
Oh man,
something
that
soon.
walker
Now that was
went
awesome.
down. That was
I
really
love that.
awesome. Good shot there.
It was awesome.
Here is, I wanted to show this to you guys. A no HUD look at Scarif, the beautiful, glorious planet of Scarif. We've got the shield gate and all of the debris, so you guys can really take this in without any distraction of the HUD. Do you guys want to see also a more hardcore game mode introduced to Battlefront, like a server that is kind of less HUD? You die quickly. You have to really be dependent on your skill to look around corners instead of looking at a mini-map. That's something I've always been curious about, if any of you more hardcore Battlefront players want something like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool, but I've never been one for a hardcore game mode.
It would have to be like an option.
Yeah, I've never really. I always prefer the core experience, but some people prefer the hardcore game mode, but I always prefer the core.
I agree. I prefer the core experience, but
here's the U-Wing, guys.
Yeah.
Here is the U-Wing in action. This is the brand new Rebel transport ship, and it glides gracefully through space. It is absolutely beautiful.
Now, do we understand why it has like several different flight modes with the wings?
I believe it has, what is called a flight mode. I'm not too sure exactly why it changes like that.
Because it seems like when it's in atmosphere, it goes to a different
I think
flight
so.
mode.
Maybe that's what it is.
And
exactly.
then when it's in space, the wings expand like this to the side, so that could be it.
Yeah, so this is a very, very amazing shot of the U-Wing in action, and then it gets blown up, unfortunately. It didn't make it. Its goal, of course, in Infiltration mode, guys, which is the first phase, is to get through that shield gate. And if you're on the Imperial side, your goal is to, of course, take down the U-Wings and prevent them from getting through that shield gate and onto the planet's surface. So technically it is space to ground combat.
Yeah.
But there's a cutscene in between to kind of get them to merge together.
Yeah, and you'll, if you do not succeed as the rebels, you will have to start over, of course. So they have kind of designed the game mode to favor the rebels, especially in the first phase, it seems, because as you lose your U-wing, the next wave is like 2 U-wings, and if you lose all of those U-wings, you get 3 U-wings until you can finally push those U-wings through that shield gate. And we didn't have any like experience where the Imperials really won.
Yeah, I don't think when we played, I don't think the Imperials won once.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of good, I guess you'd say, because it means you get on the planet's surface.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see some ground combat, in the first phase eventually. But
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that would be really, really
it's an
cool.
amazing experience in space, guys. You get the whole view of Scarif. It's kind of breathtaking when you're playing
really.
it. Like, especially when you go and see the planet from that high up. It's quite incredible.
Incredible indeed. So, I think the next gameplay we will be taking a look at is Walker Assault here in about a minute or so. So guys, stay tuned for that. We're going to be seeing the A180 in action again. So we will be heading back down to the planet.
Yep.
And checking that out. So hello there, Paul Horn 5, Trent Redmond. Welcome everyone. Hello, Awesome Monkey 97. We are not playing Rogue One right now. This is pre-recorded from the event we were at. We got to record gameplay, bring it home with us, which is crazy.
Yeah, it was
Show
awesome.
to you guys, and we participated in the reveal live stream of the Rogue One Scarif DLC, which was such a huge opportunity. Again, thanks to EA and DICE for giving us that opportunity.
Yeah, so if you guys are new to our live stream, if you're new to Star Wars HQ, we definitely appreciate you joining us again. Feel free to subscribe. We have tons of Star Wars content coming up for you guys. And hit that like button, guys. Looks like we hit 500 likes. Can we hit 700 likes?
Thank you, guys.
During the stream? We will find out soon.
Organic Hispanic says, "Oh my word."
Oh my word, indeed. Yeah, it's an amazing view. Again, my favorite part of this first phase is looking at the planet. Like, the fidelity of the planet, how crystal clear it is incredible, guys. You can see the clouds, you can see the land formations down there, and then the beautiful ocean. They really captured Scarif on this first Phase 1 mode, and boom, there goes the TIE Fighter.
No, poor TIE Fighter. So here we are, as promised, back on the planet of Scarif, seeing some ground-based action here, and I'm not too. Ryan has an. Is this Ryan's gameplay? I think so. This is an interesting setup here. We have Disruption, Sonic. Oh no, this is mine. No, this is my gameplay. Sorry. Yeah, I was experimenting with the different star cards here to see how Disruption played out, and then also your
Electric grenade.
Electric grenade.
Shock grenade.
Shock grenade.
Can't think of
Why
what it's
am I blanking it? The shock grenade, of course, which you can still shock people. I didn't notice much of a change with that one.
Yeah.
But the Disruption has seen that nerf where it takes that additional 1 second for it to really go off. So you have to plan when you want to use that, which I think the Jump Pack and Disruption have to be used together no matter what. And this guy is rolling into the foliage. You'll notice you cannot shoot through that foliage. A lot of the times, well, there you can.
Yeah, sometimes you can if you get lucky.
Sometimes you can on the edges, on the outskirts of that foliage, but you will notice that there are, bushes there that are basically walls.
And we're using the CJ9 bow rifle in this footage, guys, and this bow rifle is not in the DLC. It'll be releasing later on.
So you're getting a preview.
Yeah, so you're getting a preview look at it, guys, and it was a blast playing with the bow rifle. And if you didn't know, the melee on this thing is a one-hit, one-kill. It is a Lasat weapon that has that kind of electric staff on it, and you can really shock. Yeah, exactly. You can really shock your enemies with it. So here's a close-up shot of it. Hopefully we get to see the melee of the CJ9 bow rifle in action. I think this weapon is going to be extremely popular when it's introduced. So be prepared to be melee by this weapon tons of times.
Yeah, and here is the poll, guys. So we're asking you today which weapon you are mostly excited to play with. in the new Rogue One Scarif DLC. Is it the A180 or the DT29? If you want to, you can vote by following the link in the description below. And nearly 200 of you are super excited for the A180, and then 126 of you are excited for the DT29. But those of you that chose the DT29, you don't have to worry about disruption.
Yeah.
Because the DT29 is immune to disruption.
Yep, so you don't have to worry about that, which is nice.
Oh yeah, that's
And
very nice.
you can see on these maps, you can get some really good vantage points up here if you have the jetpack. So the jetpack, jump pack is going to become, it's going to come in handy.
It is.
Especially on these areas of the map. And we got some, looks like orange crate boxes over here.
Do they come from
those
these
are good
orange
cover.
crate boxes? I'm wondering if they come from the ACT.
That's a good question.
Yeah, because they kind of look like they could.
And they're probably coming off of the cargo ship as well.
Yeah,
the Imperial
that's
cargo
also
ship.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a very, very cool
I think it's
environment.
all interconnected.
Yes, all interconnected. The ACTs, they probably bring the cargo to the transport ships and vice versa.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe that's how it works.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to say. I think you nailed the story there behind the whole map.
Yeah, so you can kind of gather what's happening when you're going around the map. And those cargo boxes there, I believe that's what they are, make for some good cover. You can weave in and out of them. And then also, when you get up on the cargo ship, that makes a very good vantage point for sniping and taking out enemies and flanking them.
And one thing that I love about this DLC and basically Battlefront as a whole is I have no complaints really about any maps.
Yeah.
They're some of the best designed maps I have ever played in the game.
I know, yes,
They
that's very
cater
true.
to basically every play style. You don't see too much of a sniper map one moment. It's really, I just love these designs, and you'll see some areas like Ryan was mentioning beforehand that you could get up on with the use of the jump pack. We may see that in just a moment here. And you could really take advantage of that where you can, right here, for example, on top of this hangar, you can look out to all sides of the map, but it's not too OP because they've designed it in such a way where this forest is blocking your view from sniping a lot of the ways, but you still do have some perspective to get some sniper shots, but again, you're not going to be sitting there and sniping and sniping and sniping. It's not too overpowered.
Yeah, and Anita had a question in the chat. She wanted to know, is that ship Krennic's ship? She's talking about that black cargo ship.
Kind of looks like
it. Kind of looks like it, but I don't think it is, because I think Krennic's ship, it has 3 wings on it, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it has 4. I'd have to double check that, because at the beginning of the Rogue One trailer, you can see it flying in. I think it was 3 wings.
I think you're right.
So I don't think it is Krennic's ship, but, you know, that doesn't mean that he's not going to fly in it. I mean, he might end up flying in the movie.
I'm wondering if down the road, like in Battlefront 2...
Nice.
Oh!
So there was the A180 sniper shot, guys. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. And we've switched over to the blaster rifle here. And I don't really use... You'll notice that one of the pickups that I have is the turret. I hardly ever use the turret. I feel like it is the best way to die.
I agree. I always end up waiting for another power-up to come along, and then I pick it up.
It's one of those worthless gadgets.
It's good for...
Sometimes you can find a position, though, I will admit, where you might be able to get some kills. I do remember some situations where you could set it up, but I usually end up abandoning it. And we just avoided a proximity bomb there.
Yeah, you can hear it. I can hear it there. And, yeah, right there was the sniper fire from the A180. And we're trying to get around and see if we can snipe back here. So let's see if we can get him. Nice!
Oh,
that was awesome. Very
awesome.
nice.
That poor guy, he did not see it coming now. Oh, he got me from behind. And he is using the scatter gun, which is still very powerful. I don't think they have changed that too much. So that's good news. They're not going in all the time and changing absolutely everything where you have to relearn the entire game. Which can be a problem, of course, with patches and stuff. They're changing the things that need to be nerfed and need to be adjusted. There's an assist. And
I think it was Lego Star Wars Reviews and Productions. Wanted to know, when does the DLC come out? Well, first of all, it's cool that you're a Lego fan.
Yeah.
We love Legos too. Well, the DLC comes out on December 6th, guys, for Season Pass holders. And then, of course, we got the movie coming out December 16th. So, This is coming up in a couple days.
By the way, mentioning Legos, check out Brick Vaults.
Oh, yeah, Brick
Vault.
Vault.
That's Level Cap's channel.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they do a great job over there. He runs that with his brother. They review
Yeah.
all the most recent Lego sets. They even have, I believe, some Rogue One stuff on there.
Yeah.
It is very, very in-depth, and they have the most amazing Lego collection ever.
Yep, that's some cool stuff there. And right here, we're still using the A180. And again, you can see that the rifle mode comes in handy up close. We just took out one of these shore troopers there, and then boom, getting the sniper shot again. This thing is extremely powerful.
I love it.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely love it.
I'm in love with this weapon. I want to
Yeah.
I want to marry it.
Well, you gotta put a ring on it. You gotta put a ring on it.
If I can find a ring big enough, I will make you mine, A180. No,
If you put it in rifle mode, it seems like you can fit the ring on the end of it.
yeah. Okay, so
Or
we're
in
gonna
the
check
sniper
out
mode.
some Jyn Erso gameplay because we've kind of been neglecting her, and we are back on Scarif at evening hours here. So let's fast forward. This is pre-recorded gameplay from our trip to Dice LA. We were fortunate enough to check out the game, go hands-on with it, and this is Ryan as Jyn Erso, and she is very, very powerful. She's definitely more of an offensive character compared to Krennic. Krennic is going to be very useful for defending, at least I think.
Yeah.
And Jyn Erso is going to be the character where you can get in there and be more offensive and take on the objective in that way.
Yeah, so we got her 3 abilities at the bottom right, guys, and she's got the different modes of her weapon. She's got the rifle mode, and then of course the pistol mode of her weapon, and then she's got the sonic imploder. And we can't forget about her truncheon, what is it, truncheon... Baton.
It's her truncheon surge.
Surge, that's what it is, truncheon surge, which is basically an advanced melee attack. She can actually string it together.
Ooh, there's the U-wing.
And there is the U-wing hovering right above the ground. Absolutely gorgeous.
How does it do it? No one knows.
It's called anti-gravity.
Some sort of anti-gravity field. That is one of the coolest new Star Wars vehicles. They keep really adding some cool stuff to the Star Wars universe. I like how that they're at first kind of playing it safe with the Star Wars universe and carefully adding bits and pieces to the lore and not really overdoing it all at once.
Yep, and they're really doing service to the original Galactic era.
Yeah.
Which I do like that they started there because we've never seen the Galactic era in this way before.
In this much detail.
Yeah, we're getting to experience new planets, guys. We're getting to see the Death Star like never before in the new Rogue One movie, which is very exciting. And we get to see new heroes like Jyn Erso in action. And right now, again, we're using her A180, which is a very powerful weapon. You can really take down the Imperials very quickly. And she actually moves a lot quicker than all of the other enemies around her. So she can really sneak around and get the flanking position on her enemies.
She's kind of been blinded there. So that was the sonic imploder going off. And when you think of imploder, you may think that it is a power-up that you have to go and pick up. That is not the case here.
Yeah.
It is a star card, so it refreshes, and then you can throw it again. And really get to using it. Will we see her kill this guy?
And there's the truncheon surge there, guys. I love it because the enemy goes flying when you hit them with it.
Yeah, and it should be mentioned.
It's not like your standard melee.
Yeah, that her truncheon surge is tied into her trait. So the more kills you get and the more you level up that trait, the more truncheon surge charges you are rewarded with. Now let's go over and check out some U-wing action where we actually get the U-wing pickup. And let's see if we can fast forward it for you guys so that you can see this. Let's see, where is it? So we grab the U-wing pickup here. We are in the U-wing right now. It kind of acts like the AC-130 from Battlefield 4. And you could really absolutely dominate the Battlefront here and change the course of the match in your favor. But you can, of course, counter it by knocking it down with sniper fire or doing whatever you can as the Imperials. I have seen it kind of blown out of the sky. And when it is blown out of the sky, so to speak, it actually retreats back up into orbit.
Yeah, so seeing the map from this perspective and actually raining down on your enemy is an incredible experience. And this has never been done before in Star Wars Battlefront. So this DLC is introducing a lot of innovative ideas, guys. And what do you guys think about being able to actually man the guns in the U-Wing? And would you like to see more of this content in Star Wars Battlefront and even in Star Wars Battlefront 2? I would.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this. And, you know, as a tip, guys, when you're trying to aim down on the enemy, you'll notice, first of all, the ones that are firing at you are the easiest to spot and take down. And then we're going to fast forward here, guys, and take a look at another angle of the U-Wing in action. But this time, it's going to be above another map here, guys. So let's go ahead and get that. Fast forward to, and right here, this is a different map. You can tell right now, right away, that this map has a lot more cover for the enemy. So it's a lot harder to spot them. So I recommend focusing on the objectives.
Yeah. And you know what I'm noticing also about the map? Look at all the towers in the distance.
Yeah.
You can see all of these towers. I'm not too sure if these are defensive towers.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that they probably are, but there's a lot of them scattered throughout these islands. I'm so curious about the lore of Scarif.
Yeah.
Like this, for some reason, this planet has me so interested in its story, and I think they could do a lot with just the planets and the environments. We don't know exactly who lives on this, who is indigenous to this planet, who's native to it.
That's a good question.
That'd be very cool to find out.
Or if there's any major creatures on this planet, you know?
Exactly.
So that's a very good question. Maybe we'll see some unique creatures on this planet someday.
So here we go, guys. Once again, we're going to grab this U-Wing pickup. And for those of you just joining, we will go back to Ryan's brand new gameplay. We did showcase that earlier.
Yep, and we'll take a look at the chat here real quick.
Yeah.
And, yeah, right now we're taking a look at another angle of the U-Wing here. So, I don't know if that's true if a Star Wars Episode 8 trailer came out or not. But, someone's claiming that in the chat.
Is that true, guys? Is it Star Wars
Or are
Episode
you guys
8?
just trolling?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are trolling or not. That's a weird time to come out with a trailer. So, Ryan's actually going to go check that right now. He is extremely curious. But yeah, here goes the U-Wing going off. Quite amazing. That'd be very early for a Star Wars Episode 8 trailer. I feel like, someone's saying yes. Now you guys have me so curious. Hello there, Gaming Sam. Hello there, anonymous user. Sorry for the black screen. We're going to get some more gameplay up. You're going to be seeing the U-Wing here on phase 1. Cameron trolling? I know. I have a feeling that it is a troll. Yes. I have this sneaking suspicion that we're dealing with a troll because I would think they would focus wholeheartedly on advertising Rogue One and they would not want to overshadow it with an Episode 8 trailer, especially right now. That would be very, very weird. But yeah, Peyton Usher, of course, we are extremely excited for Episode 8. You have no idea. I'm curious to see what happens with Kylo Ren and his story. Do you guys think he could be a Grey Jedi, for example? Do you think he could be someone that's kind of like Snape, I think his name was, from Harry Potter, who gets close to the enemies to help his allies? That was such a different twist in Harry Potter. I'm wondering if they're going to go for that. I honestly don't think that will be the case. Ryan is laughing over here because we got trolled.
I think we did, but it's good to double check. You never know if there's going to be... Because a lot of people are wondering if there will be a small teaser of the Episode 8 trailer soon.
Yeah.
Which I think they're going to wait until after Rogue One, of course.
No, they will definitely wait
Yeah,
until
because
after Rogue One.
I know that with Star Wars Episode 7, I think they did release a teaser around this time, believe it or not. Like, they released it super early.
Yeah.
Like a whole year before.
I'm expecting April 2017 to be
the
around
that
biggest
time
for Episode 8. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be taking a look at some more bow rifle gameplay, and then also we're going to be seeing some gameplay from the DT-29, which again is immune to that disruption, so that's a very, very cool feature. And again, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Yes, Battlefront Gaming HD, I totally agree. Scarif is absolutely beautiful. It is gorgeous. I'm so excited for this one. It's very different from the maps that we have gotten in Battlefront. It provides, you know, that like vibrance to Star Wars Battlefront. It's one of the most colorful DLCs I have ever seen. Even when you're up in space, you can see that color. So we're going to spawn in here. Let's see what's going on. There we go. Now we are spawned in. And we are using, I believe, yes, this is the DT-29. You can see that reload mechanic there going on. It's cool because you have to think differently with this weapon. So it changes up the experience completely. You're not going to be dealing with a weapon that relies on cooling down. This weapon has to be manually reloaded. So in between your shots, you can manually reload it yourself. But the reload time takes a long time, so you really have to be careful with your shots. I feel like it's one of those weapons that you need to be patient with instead of just, you know, pulling the trigger constantly. You want to aim, you want to pull the trigger, make sure you hit your shots, take your time in that moment. When I started really playing like that with the weapon, I noticed a great improvement with my gameplay, so I recommend you guys really changing your attitude from going, say, the TL50 has a different experience where you hold down the trigger, you can kind of spray and pray, and then the DT-29 is where you have to be very precise with your shots. So let's see here. Hidden Dragon, how do you reload it? You basically press square on PS4 or, you know, or on PC. I think it's way actually on PS4.
How do you reload the DT-29?
Yeah, what button would you press? I think it would be...
I should know that. Why can't I?
Well, because
is it the L?
It would probably be R1.
Yeah, R1. I think it's
Actually.
similar to when you want to, you know, reset the overheating of the weapon. It's very similar mechanic to reloading.
Okay.
You're just reload. I think I need to remember that.
I'm pretty sure you're right because we weren't playing with the controller. We were playing with the PC.
And Clay says this is amazing. Yeah, this area right here is definitely one of my favorite areas of the maps because it shows the TIE Striker base, I guess you'd call it.
This poor guy.
It's so cool. And yeah, we're seeing the bow rifle in action, guys. You know that yellow electricity is from the bow rifle being used, the bow rifle staff, I guess you'd say. And that's a good spot up there for people who like to snipe. We're going to try to get this guy right here and see if we can use that.
Let's see if we can get him.
Yep.
Oh, and
there it is,
down.
guys. It's extremely powerful.
I personally think that this is probably one of the funnest weapons. I cannot wait for it to be added.
Yeah.
And it's going to be... I'm curious to see how... Oh, he did not stand a chance there. He's trying to get back in the action. But yeah, I'm curious to see how it's going to work when they add this weapon in. The rumor, and this is just a rumor, is that they will add it in as a viral pickup. You're going to have to go hunt down some developers and kill them to obtain the weapon. Hopefully everyone is able to obtain it. I'm pretty sure that they will get it down properly because I think the Battlefield 4 dog tags will handle pretty well. But no one can get up here
I know
with
this.
me.
Yeah, you're doing a very good job dominating this area. And hey, Indoor Ewok, welcome back to the live stream. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you guys for joining us. Chained Death wants to know, when do you unlock customization? Well, that's a very good question. There is one Imperial customization in this DLC, and for me, it is the coolest Imperial customization. It is the, Captain Shore Trooper, the Shore Trooper Captain. And we don't know how much he costs. We do know that he unlocks at level 100.
Yeah.
So hopefully you're at least at level 90. If you're not, hopefully there is a double XP sometime soon for you guys. But
you also have to remember there are your base outfits that you will get automatically.
Yep.
Which are the Rebel outfits that are themed off of Scarif, and then also the Shore Trooper, which is unlocked immediately, so you can play with him. And then you have to remember when you are playing as the Bodyguard for Krennic, that is going to be the Death Trooper. And they did not add him in as a full-on customization option because he is basically 6'5". He is a beast, and I don't think they wanted Death Troopers that were 6'5" running around on the battlefield. The entire team, which actually would be pretty funny to see some sort of weird mode Like you use mode where it's all death troopers or something.
And of course you get the regular white stormtroopers, which are very prevalent in the trailers of Rogue One.
Yeah.
And we've seen them walking in the water on the beaches, and it looks kind of like a Normandy World War II scene.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they actually mentioned that some of the scenes are kind of inspired by like the Vietnam battles or the World War battles. So they have that heavy influence of, you know, that for the film. And it is a war movie. It feels like a war movie, which is a totally different perspective of Star Wars that we've never seen before. Boom! Bow rifle in the back. That was awesome. Nicely done.
Oh, is that the triple kill right there? Or...
Yeah, that was awesome.
That is insane. But I've also noticed that the tower is in the background of this map as well.
Yeah, so the tower, guys, we don't know exactly what it is used for. I believe I did ask about that during the stream, and they did not.
I think I know what it is.
They did not tell.
It's Saruman.
Oh yeah, from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
The eye
Yeah.
is up there. It's gonna be incredible, guys.
The lidless eye that needs some eye drops.
Yeah.
Badly. So your mission is to get those eye drops to his eyeball.
That's what that's what Lord of the Rings should have been about anyway. Like where his eyeball was extremely dry.
So
And then you just put one drop in it and makes him happy.
thank you.
And then the
roll credits.
And Anonymous Gaming wants to know, how are you playing this? Well, actually, this is pre-recorded footage from an event we attended in LA and Los Angeles. And we got the opportunity to be flown over there by EA and then also participate in the Rogue One live stream. We got to interview producer Paul Keslin and answer some questions for you guys. He was very nice, did a very good job answering your questions. And we had a blast in the live stream.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Kieran, he helped out with the VR mission as well. And then we cannot forget about Matthew Everett, who was in the background managing the technical aspects of the stream, and he did an excellent job directing
He
the
is
stream.
the unsung hero.
Yeah. Yeah,
Seriously,
it went flawless. Like when we rewatched the stream and the way he directed and stuff, it was very well done.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun directing the streams too. You know, we're doing it right now.
His
and
setup
we
is
got
amazing.
Yeah,
though.
their
He's got
setup
like this
there.
whole switchboard and everything back there.
I'm
It's so
extremely
cool.
jealous.
I know.
of
I
this.
want that.
And right now you're actually seeing some Turning Point gameplay that is part of the playlist rotation, so they are focusing on those core game modes where the heavy population of Battlefront is out. So Walker Assault, Turning Point, ground-based game modes. We're not going to overdo it this time on the flight. This guy does not see me. He does not
Come on,
see me
you
at
can
all.
get him. Nice.
Oh,
that was
Mikey,
awesome.
You're back. I kind of
And
feel bad for him.
yeah, if you like that, guys, hit the like button if you liked what you just saw. Looks like we hit over 700 likes.
Wow.
So
thank
we're
you
gonna
guys.
go for 1,000 likes, guys. Can we do it? Let's see if we can do that.
Let's do it.
And many of you guys look like you're at level 1. Well, you were saying 90, I think it was, level 90 in the chat. So many of you guys are ready for the Rogue One DLC. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to go up to level 100.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. And we're going to be live streaming our progress to level 100, trying to get that Shore Trooper, of course.
The road to rank 100.
That is our goal, guys. And looks like the personal shopper is up to rank 90. Nice.
So J3D1 wants to see more Shore Trooper gameplay. We will be showing more Shore Trooper gameplay throughout the stream. Do not worry. And if you guys are coming into this stream like right now, they're always archived on our channel, so you can rewatch them and enjoy them in that way. So in a few hours, this will be archived. And do not forget, after this stream, we will have a brand new 360 VR experience video out dedicated to the U-Wing.
Yep.
Which Ryan created, and it is awesome.
Yeah, so if you want to experience the section of the map of Rogue One Scarif, you can actually experience it on our YouTube channel. We already have one up right now that shows off the TIE Striker section of the map, and you can experience it in like a 360-degree VR environment.
Yeah.
And then we're coming out with one here in, looks like a couple hours, probably around 11 o'clock our time, which is like Mountain Standard Time, I think it is, of the U-Wing. So it's going to be very cool. And if you want to see more, guys, of these 360 videos in the future, let us know and post it in the chat.
Let us know.
Post it in the chat.
Let us know. And, uh-oh.
Oh
Got some bow rifle action there. I'm noticing a good combination with the bow rifle is going to be the shock grenade
Yeah.
and the bow rifle. So you go in, you throw your shock grenade, and
Oh,
then you
yeah.
melee everyone to death.
Yeah, that would be an excellent
I
combination.
think that's going to be a very, very good loadout. So guys, remember that one. Shock grenade, bow rifle, and your jump pack, I think are going to be great. Of course, as you can see here, I'm using the back-to-bomb. I just feel like the back-to-bomb is so good. Going in with that extra 30 health all the time is a wonderful way of surviving the Battlefront.
Yep, and then we got a question from the chat. Looks like the Sean, I think that's what it is. The Sean wants to know, have you guys seen or heard anything about flyable B-Wings, Y-Wings, TIE Bombers, or, you know, those type of vehicles? Well, currently there's no word on that just yet. But we're hoping that DICE does implement that in the future, because I definitely want to fly that B-Wing. That's one of my favorite aircraft or spacecraft in Star Wars, so
Yeah.
that'd be really cool. But I think they need to get the animation down first for it to be playable, because it's a lot of work, guys. You can't just like have it playable right away, so I think that's why they haven't done it just yet.
Yep. So here we go. Moving on to some more gameplay, guys.
Yep.
And here's the glorious U-Wing, which this is actually going to be the area that you're going to be able to walk, you know, like look around and see the U-Wing for the 360-degree
Yeah,
video
we're getting a
that's
really
coming out.
good up-close shot of it right here. He's studying the U-Wing right now.
Doing some emotes. You gotta do emotes, guys, when you're on top of the U-Wing, for sure. And in this gameplay clip, we're gonna be seeing some more bow rifle action because we're addicted to the bow rifle.
Yeah. And, yeah, again, this is going to be the VR 360 environment coming out on our channel in a couple hours here. So if you want to check it out, check that out. And right now we're taking a look at, like Robbie said, the bow rifle in action again. And we are traveling through, got the squad shield, and boom, there is the melee of the bow rifle in action. And we got some more shore troopers up here that Robbie's trying to flank.
Oh,
And
he went
man,
flying.
he did go flying. That was awesome.
He did like a full-on flip over there.
Man. And we got an up-close shot of the brand new TIE Striker, guys. And the TIE Striker, it's not really used for outside of the planet's atmosphere. It's used for more on the planet's atmosphere to do bombing runs and simply support the surrounding installations of the Imperials.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty awesome ship, and you know, it's something that I would definitely want to fly if I was an Imperial. I know that for sure.
Yeah, and we have been blinded by that sonic imploder, but we still get that poor shore trooper with the bow rifle melee move. You really want to try to keep your distance from anyone using the bow rifle. And let's keep pushing forward here. And hello there, Jolie Joe. This is coming out December 6th. So look forward to that. That's just ahead of the actual movie.
Yep.
Which is out December 16th. And hello, Riva Thames. Welcome to the live stream. And yes, Peyton, you can look forward to some myth busting for the Rogue One Scarif DLC content.
Yeah.
Already got some really good ideas about that one.
Yep, and then Brian wants to know, what are the new pickups? Well, the new pickups include the U-Wing and the TIE Striker. So with the U-Wing, when you pick that up, of course, you get to actually man the guns of the U-Wing, which is totally new to Star Wars Battlefront. We'll show that again in this live stream.
Yeah.
But we showed it before, so if you miss it, you can always rewind it if you want to. But it is pretty epic manning the guns. And then with the TIE Striker, it will simply call in like an airstrike almost, where it will try to kill all of the surrounding rebels that are around you. And I personally think the U-Wing one is the best pickup.
Yeah,
It's just
agree.
awesome.
So hopefully they can buff the, not too much, the TIE Striker. That'd
Yeah,
be cool
yeah,
to
we'll
A
see.
little bit of a small buff. Ow, right in the gut.
Look at that.
Right in your face. So we've got a thermal imploder here. So Justin says, what is your favorite weapon? My favorite weapons are the TL-50. I really do like the A-180, and then of course the DT-29.
Yeah.
And the A-280C. Those are my favorite weapons out of the entire game. So if I had to choose, that would be my go-to weapon.
I think mine are the A-180, which definitely that one. The EE-4, and then also the E-11, and then the EE-3. Those are just awesome.
See, that's the thing that's cool about Battlefront is I've noticed that you can get on the leaderboard with basically any weapon.
Yeah.
So it caters to many playstyles, and that's very, very difficult to balance in games.
Yeah, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, to be able
And,
to have that variety and to be able to have players end up on the top of the scoreboard with that many types of weapons that control so differently. Like the EE4 is a very burst weapon.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big fan of burst weapons, but I've seen people manage to get like top place. Oh man.
Oh, was that like a double bow rifle?
I think that was Narwhal Dave.
Was it?
Narwhal Dave were like going at it with the bow rifle.
That's hilarious.
That was
That's
crazy.
awesome. Yeah, that bow rifle is extremely powerful, and I'm sure it's going to become a favorite. But remember, it doesn't release with this DLC, guys. It'll release later on. We're guessing around the holidays as a special surprise for us all, but we'll have to see.
Oh, that thermal imploder throw worked out.
Oh, yeah. Good
Big
job.
time.
Nicely done.
So I love the back to bomb. Do you think there's too many ways to hill in this game?
Well, you got to look at it in this way. You know, if you decide to go with a medic setup, you're really sacrificing a lot of offensive ability.
True.
So I really have not noticed it being a problem.
Me either, yeah.
So I don't think it's a problem. Even though there's a lot of star cards, you can basically have your whole setup as a medic almost. But I have not seen a problem with it. If it was actually like overpowered or a constant problem, I would be complaining right now. But that's
yeah,
really
I think if you just want to play that support role,
yeah,
you could definitely do it by arming yourself up, I guess you could say, with the back to bomb and then the medic droid.
All right,
really setting up positions.
Yeah. And all right, Hugo, thank you for joining us, and thank you for the donuts. Definitely appreciate that. And thank you guys for joining us. Joshua says double bow rifle kill. Yep.
Yeah.
And
this weapon's really good.
That's a good question. That gaming bird wants to know, is the U-wing in fighter squadron mode? You know, we never. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's only in phase 1 of infiltration mode. But you know, we'll have to see. We did play some fighter squadron during the events. I don't think I remember seeing U-wing.
I never saw U-wing.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
I never did see it in fighter squadron.
It'd be cool if it was like a pickup, you know, that they had, like kind of like a hero pickup or something. But we'll see.
I think they want to keep the Rogue One story intact, where it's going for the Shield K part of that mode, and make that mode, infiltration mode, very unique, I guess.
Yep. Well, hello there, Super Samurai. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome, guys. Hello, all about Star Wars. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Definitely support that. And see you later, Hugo. Thank you for joining us. And happy birthday, Supreme Sith. Hope you're having a good Sunday birthday. And hello, Boomer. Welcome, guys. And if you're enjoying the stream, hit that like button, guys. And if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are trying to hit 1,000 likes. I think we can do it. We're at 853 so far.
So a lot of you are wanting to see the DT-29 in action. We will be seeing that here, I think, in the next couple of minutes.
Yep.
So stay tuned, guys. And by the way, do you think you'll be playing in first-person view or third-person view? The reason why I ask is because these new weapons have some really cool animations in first-person view.
I know, they really do.
When you play the Scarif DLC for the first time, I highly recommend checking out that first-person view.
Yeah, definitely, because seeing... my favorite animation is definitely the A180.
Yeah.
When you switch between the sniper rifle mode, and then the rifle mode, and then of course the iron shot, you can actually see. My favorite of those three is definitely the rifle one, where he puts the whole thing on, slides it on. It's awesome. Yeah,
it's very cool. It's kind of reminiscent of what they were doing with Republic Commando, in that you had multiple attachments for the DC-17. So that is very, very neat that they have added that back in there. We were actually talking about that in several videos, that they should add attachments to weapons. This was something I was waiting for a very long time, to see something different with the weapon system.
Yeah.
And I think, oh man, see, the roll. I recommend doing the roll straight to melee. It works very well with the bow rifle. I feel like they've actually developed that weapon to be aware of the roll.
Yeah.
In that way.
Yeah, so you can kind of combine different moves and then use it to your advantage. But you always want to be on the good side of that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm curious if there's going to be someone who really
What is the science
utilizes it.
behind? Do we know what the science is behind the yellow electricity? Like, what
I
is
know
that
it's kind of like an
exactly?
electro staff, I think. I don't know the exact
Oh yeah, I think it is kind of the
science
staff.
behind the electricity,
It's science.
but it is like an electro staff.
We're getting up near their spawn point.
Oh.
We're trying to get out of their spawn point. And oh, double kill. Can we get the triple? Oh, triple bow rifle kill right there in the back. The bomb
Yeah.
building. Thank you so much for the donuts.
Yeah, thank you for the donuts there. And I believe it was the Gaming Llama 100 wanted to know, can you play as the TIE Striker? Well, the TIE Striker, you can't really control it. You can only use it as a pickup.
Right.
You know, so I would like to control it, of course, regardless. So hopefully
That
in the
sure
future
would
they
be
do
nice.
implement it as a controllable
I think
vehicle.
dev time is the issue.
Yeah, and it's still very cool as an airstrike. It's very cool to have that ability to call in an airstrike and then kind of clear out, you know, a path for your team. So it's pretty
Exactly.
cool.
So in this gameplay, we should be seeing DT-29 gameplay eventually. We're going to
Yep.
start out with the bow rifle. A whole group of enemies over here. I think we're going to get them with the Sonic Imploder. But I do have some additional patch notes here that I did want to go over about the A180 really fast. This is a very cool addition. The Bounty Hunter trait does lower the cooldown of the A180's other firing mode, much like it would cool down your star card, so that still does apply to the A180. Now, if you did want to know about all of the recent patch notes for the new weapons, things like the TL50, the K16, you can find that video in the description below. We released a full-blown patch notes video earlier this morning, and we are picking up the data tape here.
Yep, so this is phase 2. That's a good point. This is phase 2 of the Infiltration game mode, and your goal... Or is this phase 3? Wait, this is phase 3.
Ryan, this is phase 3.
This is phase 3. So this is phase 3 of the Infiltration game mode, guys, and your goal as the Rebels is to pick up those data tapes and then get over to your viewing with them and escape off of the planet's surface. So this is the last phase of the multi-stage game mode, and what was your favorite phase? Is this your favorite phase?
That's tough.
I think mine is the second phase.
I think I really do like... that is tough, because this kind of reminds me of Cargo. In a
Yeah.
way, and I'm a big fan of Cargo.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's a good way
But
to look
the
at it.
the other phase is kind of like arming the uplinks in a way. You go and you arm to destroy those cargo ships.
Yeah. And Joshua Son Kenobi has a good question. He wants to know, will we be able to bow rifle a hero character like Krennic? Well, you should be able to go up to him and use your bow rifle.
Over and over
Yeah,
and over again.
yeah, you're going to have to use it over and over again. It's not going to be like a one-hit, one-kill. But you should be able to do damage against the heroes.
That's a
with that
good
bow rifle.
question. I'm pretty sure it would do more damage,
Yeah,
though,
than a
to
standard
the heroes.
melee.
Yeah, yeah.
I do believe so.
So here we are in this very good position. Again, this is a good perspective to really lay down some suppressive fire. It would have been better. Well, actually, with the A180, you can't get up here.
With the A180?
With the
That's
A180,
right. They'd have-
you may
yeah.
think that you can get up there with the sniper attachment with the
Yeah.
A180, but you cannot. So it's kind of really balanced, actually.
Yeah, I never thought about
to
that. That's a very
discourage.
good point. So, if you wanted to snipe, I guess you'd have to use the T-21B if you wanted to have an advantage up there.
Yeah.
Something like a long-range weapon like that. But this guy's almost had you. It was like only 8
So
health
close.
left. That was
It's not happening.
crazy.
I'm not dying today.
Man. And Boomer wants to know, is there any Skirmish news? Don't worry, we did ask that question during the live stream with producer Paul Keslin. But there's no news on that yet. So
Yeah.
they haven't updated Skirmish mode just yet. Remember, they can only do so much with the DLC and the time they have.
Now
So,
with the new
yeah.
now with skirmish mode though, you will be able to play the new heroes, Director
Yes, that's a good
and
point.
Jyn
Yep.
Erso on the skirmish mode offline and online.
Yep.
Yep. So that is coming, but we aren't seeing any DLC supporting skirmish mode, and I think that is because they don't want to thin out the multiplayer population too much. They don't
Yeah.
want everyone suddenly playing offline, which I don't think would ever happen, but I can understand the concern there.
Yeah, in skirmish mode, it's important for if your internet connection's not working, of course.
Exactly.
But again, it comes down to time, you know, and working alongside a movie and releasing this DLC in time was extremely important. They did not want to delay this DLC at all, because keep in mind, the movie is right around the corner, guys, and they want to make sure they have this out for you and ready to go for when that movie launches. So, like we said, it's kind of a miracle that they got it all done in time, in my opinion,
Definitely.
because I think they only had like 6 months to get everything as what you see it is now, which is extremely polished. I mean, look at the lighting hitting off of the trees, the environments. They have the TIE strikers in there, everything rendered just like you'd see in the movie, so that's an amazing accomplishment.
James was wondering if you could do multi-kills with Jyn's baton. Yes, you can. Well, if you mean like at one time, we have not actually tested that. If that's what you're talking about, like doing...
You might want to... Do you have a note to write that down for your Mythbusters?
Yeah, let me write that down.
I would.
Because that's a good one.
So, guys, we will be doing Mythbusters for this, and we'll be doing, like, community Mythbusters with you guys as well. So, what we like to do is get you guys together in a private lobby, and then go ahead and do some myth busting. So that will be coming up. Yeah, that will be coming up soon. I don't know exactly when we'll do it, you know, but we will be live streaming on Tuesday when the DLC releases. So we're gonna have fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
who knows what I might do? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And there goes a shore trooper. He is dead.
Poor shore trooper did not stand a chance.
Nope. And I think he got the DT-29 equipped here, the brand new one.
Here we go. Yeah. So this is the requested weapon that you guys wanted to see. It is the DT-29. This thing is immune to disruption, so I think a lot of you will absolutely love it here. And you gotta really pace yourself with those shots. I don't know if we'll survive this one, guys. We only have 16 health
You
here.
can do it.
I think we actually, yeah.
Yeah, we still got him with the
sacrifice.
disruption rifles.
For the better of everyone else.
Is close. And,
William says Republic Commandos in Battlefront? That'd be pretty cool to see, but this weapon attachment, this weapon attachment system kind of really does remind me of that big thing.
Here's a first-person perspective of the DT-29, guys. You can see it's kind of like a rifle, and it feels like you're a space cowboy with this weapon, like you're in the wild, wild west here, guys, because again, it has basically, I think it's 6 shots, and then you reload it there. You can see the animation there. And it's a very unique weapon when compared to all of the other weapons in Star Wars Battlefront. And it just feels completely different, and you kind of feel cooler with this weapon. Like you're kind of...
like you said earlier, it's like the Wild West. Almost like Firefly, if you guys remember that TV series. It was definitely themed after cowboys and stuff, so it's very cool to see this introduced into Battlefront, and it is a manual reload, so you can't interrupt it and reload it if you have 2 shots left or something. Yeah. Like we saw there, so you can reload it at any time.
And it's immune to disruption again, so that's awesome. I think someone just tried to use disruption on you there and did not work.
Yeah.
I know I saw a flash of something.
Yep. I was wondering if it was nerfed at that time or if it was just the fact that this weapon was immune, but now we do know officially that it is immune to disruption.
Yep. So, guys, if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us, guys. We are taking a look at the Rogue One Scarif DLC that will be coming out on December 6th. Again, we were flown out to Los Angeles, California. We got to hang out with the developers of the game. We got to do a live stream with producer Paul Keslin, and then also Criterion developer Kieran, and that was a blast. That was so much fun. And then Matthew Everett was behind the scenes doing a great job at directing the live stream, guys, and this is some of the footage you get to see here from the gameplay capture event we attended. And if you're liking what you're seeing, guys, hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. Again, we have tons of Star Wars goodies for you, if you will, on our channel, and we post nearly every day. There's so much Star Wars stuff to talk about, and we love talking about Star Wars with you guys. So if you want to join our community, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can also visit us at StarWarsHQ.com as well.
There should be a bunch more Star Wars stuff to talk about in the future. I'm crossing my fingers. This April 2017, we get an announcement or tease a Star Wars TV series. There's been tons of rumors about a Star Wars TV series coming to Netflix. And honestly, I think it will happen.
Yeah,
like I personally think
they're
it's
going to do something pretty big.
I think it's no matter what, given that it will happen, considering how invested Disney is into Marvel and TV series. You have, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you have Daredevil, and so many other amazing Marvel TV series already on. So I think that they're going to go full into the Star Wars universe with TV series.
Now, one development studio that I'm really curious about, guys, is BioWare as well, because I don't know if you saw it. They released that Mass Effect 4 trailer, and as you know, they have developed Star Wars games in the past.
That looks amazing.
So I'm really hoping they take that Mass Effect tech and then apply it to a Star Wars game soon.
They were actually
that would
talking
be amazing.
about, they were actually talking about
awesome.
their future and Star Wars, what will it bring, and they didn't confirm anything. They just said, you know, that what Lucasfilm is doing right now is that they are not looking to the past. They are looking to, you know, Episode 8.
Yeah.
They're stuck in this. They're in this new era, and it seems like BioWare might be interested in the new era and exploring stories because, you know, Lucasfilm and BioWare have met up and like, can we tell this story in this era? Can we tell that story? Personally, I love that because we've got Knights of Ren. We've got so much lore and untapped potential with this new era.
Yeah.
And I think it will be huge. A lot of people want Clone Wars. We want Clone Wars. We love Clone Wars. Don't get us wrong. I think Clone Wars would be really cool for Republic Commando.
Exactly.
I think it would be amazing, but at the same time, I'm loving this new era so much.
Yeah.
I want them to go deep into it.
And you have to remember that when you're talking about Disney, they create.
Yeah.
They like to create new stuff, so you can't really blame them. They're probably sitting there going, I really want to create something brand new for the fans, you know, and it's exciting to see this. They're already doing it with Rogue One. I mean, keep in mind, guys, we have never seen Scarif before in any other movie, any other game. This is a brand new planet, and this is kind of an indication of what Disney can do when creating something brand new, and it's a very good sign that they are able to make it authentic and genuine to the Star Wars universe while creating something brand new at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
So is Star Wars Episode 7, of course.
Yeah, and we should be seeing Episode 7 and Episode 8 content in Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is releasing in 2017.
Yeah.
Because it has been confirmed that that is going to be based off the new movies. Now, does that mean Rogue One would be in there? We don't know. We're not certain if that's going to tie into, you know, the content for Star Wars Battlefront 2, but it makes a lot of sense that you would get a lot of Episode 8 stuff.
And by the way, got a quick question. Do we have any Death Trooper footage?
We do.
Who would like to see some Death Trooper footage, guys? I know that I do.
Yeah, so
I know we've been watching this footage for a while now, but what we'll do is go on to the Death Trooper footage, guys, and take a look at that and see if we can find that for you guys. And while we're waiting to transition over to that, we're at 980 likes. Can we get 20 more likes to hit 1,000 likes, guys?
That would do
If you're enjoying the live stream, go ahead and hit that like button, and we're going to be switching over to the Death Trooper here in just a second for you guys.
So yeah, we're gonna load up here, and eventually in this round you will be seeing Death Trooper gameplay.
Yeah, let's fast forward right to the Death Trooper here for them, because I know they definitely want to see that here.
Okay.
And then we can rewind back, of course, later on. But we'll go to the Death Trooper, guys, right away for you, because I know many of you guys have been requesting to see the Death Trooper in action. He is one of the coolest guys in the Star Wars universe, or in this DLC, and he's massive. He's absolutely massive, guys. He really dominates. And he's got the thermal imploder. You can look at the bottom right there. He's got the thermal imploder. He's got the cooling cell. And then, of course, the rocket launcher, guys. And he's just one of the coolest. One of the coolest Imperials out there.
So the question is, who's your favorite? The Red Guard or the Death Troopers?
Yeah, leave it in the chat. Yeah, leave it in the chat,
Red Guard
guys.
previously, it's tough, honestly, to decide. You know,
yeah,
who's better.
yeah, it is tough.
But the Death Troopers, they would definitely blend in more. The Red Guards, they just, when you see them, they're like striking. They just stick out.
Yeah, and you fear them when you see them.
Yeah, it's like, holy cow, Red Guards. And we did an entire video about the Red Guards.
Yeah.
And the Death Troopers versus, I think we did a video about Death Troopers, didn't we? Or maybe we did.
We're going to, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to. But about the Red Guards, it's cool because they have this entire history behind them. And their training is brutal.
Yeah.
It is absolutely brutal, guys. It is a, you know, live or die situation with the training.
Yeah, and the rocket launcher looks pretty small when he carries it. He's so big.
It actually does.
So he can put it right over that shoulder and get some good aim with it. And he's extremely powerful, guys. Again, he's Director Krennic's bodyguard. So he's not necessarily a customization in the game, but that makes sense for the Death Trooper. Being more powerful and bigger, you know. I would like to see him go directly up against Chewbacca.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's
definitely.
probably more the size of Chewbacca.
Trevor wants to see the Death Trooper dab.
The Death Trooper dab. If you'd like to see the Death Trooper dab, post in the comments.
Yeah, and who wants a dab emote?
Yeah. I think there was a funny Rogue One video where they were all celebrating, remember, dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Showed the AT.
Yeah. I don't know if you
ACTs.
guys have seen that or
Yeah, that was
not,
so funny.
because filming was finished.
Yeah,
for
I don't know if that was
Rogue One.
official or not, but it was hilarious. It looked official. I mean, it looked like it was really good graphics, so.
Dragonborn really likes the Death Troopers a lot more.
Yep.
Hugo Anderson says, what happened to the camera? It's right here.
There's the camera.
Hello, everyone. What's up?
Hello, everybody.
Thank you guys for the 1,000 likes.
Yeah,
We
thank
did
you guys.
it.
Definitely
We hit the
appreciate that.
goal.
Yep, we hit the goal, guys. So now time to go for 5,000 likes.
Yeah, right. 10,000 likes.
But yeah, we'll be seeing more. I think you get the Death Trooper a couple more times in this round, guys. So you should hopefully be seeing more Death Trooper gameplay
Yes,
here.
I believe so. So don't worry. What we're going to be seeing right now is the A180, which we haven't seen in a little bit. Here.
Yeah,
We're playing
yeah.
with DT29. So you guys are seeing the A180 with its multiple abilities,
Yep.
or as I would call them, attachments that you can, you know, interchange, and so cool looking from that first-person perspective. Right now, we just loaded up the sniper loadout.
Yeah, so we got the sniper ability equipped with the A180, guys. And that is a very, very powerful ability. I believe it's a one-shot, one-kill, if I'm not mistaken, with the A180.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah. And we are moving around trying to flank our enemy. You can see them in the distance there trying to maneuver around us here. And boom! Is that Jyn Erso? Uh-oh. Looks like
we
Jyn
got some
Erso
trouble.
is heading over this way.
We got some trouble. Where is Director Krennic when you need him? I don't think the phases, by the way, are set up. This isn't infiltration mode. This is Walker Assault mode.
Yeah, this is Walker Assault. So if you're wondering what modes were in the Rogue One Scarif DLC, by the way, you have the new multi-stage infiltration game mode. You got the Walker Assault mode, Turning Point mode, and then Blast. And then, of course, Fire Squadron, guys. So plenty of variety there. And I'm really glad they focused on the core game modes as well, like Walker Assault and Turning Point.
Yeah.
Because those are my favorite game modes. Actually, those are my 3 favorite game modes. Walker Assault, Turning Point, and Blast.
Yes, mine are.
I'm
I
extremely
agree.
happy right now.
And Extraction. You could throw
Yeah,
Extraction
man.
into that
I
rotation.
mean, I can't
because
believe that.
imagine Extraction on this map.
Yeah.
It would be so cool.
Yep.
I would love to see, you know, being able to extract that cargo. I'm addicted to Extraction in Outer Rim. I
Yeah.
play it all the time. It is one of my go-to modes, but this Walker Assault is so addicting, and I really do like how it's a set of 2 uplinks versus the 3, because
Yep.
it's a little bit shorter than the vanilla-based Walker Assault mode, which I think is very good news for any of you that really want to see a variety of content in a little bit of shorter time.
Yep.
So that's nice to see that. rotation.
And there he goes. You get sniped right there. That was awesome. I love getting the sniper. I don't know if this is my footage. I think this might be my footage.
My footage.
This is my footage, guys.
Don't take
So,
credit for my kills.
I just got a snipe. Boom.
No.
I remember
this is my
clearly
footage.
doing that. And I remember shooting up at the U-wing like that right when it came around.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's bull.
And welcome, guys, to the live stream. And welcome. Let's see here. Who do we have here?
We will
Chain
go-
Death. I actually recognize that name.
We will go back to Krennic
Welcome.
gameplay if you guys want Krennic gameplay.
Yeah, we can
later.
go back to Krennic and any
on.
more Death Trooper gameplay, by the way.
Uh,
I thought we
there
had
might
like
be
3
one
things.
more. There might be one more here. Yeah, just let
Okay.
the whole round play out.
Okay, on this one,
Yeah.
because they definitely want to see the Death Trooper. And we got an AT-AT walking in the water there, guys. It's so cool how the AT-ATs walk on the beach. I absolutely love that. Like, that concept coming to life, you know, in this is quite incredible.
Yeah. Very, very
And
cool.
let's see here.
This is the A180.
Yeah, if you're
monster.
asking. Yeah, exactly. It's A180.
Hello there, Samuel Nilsson and King Buckeye. What's up?
Yep, welcome guys, and let's take a look at that poll, by the way, because I know there's a poll going on. And let's see what the poll is at. Looks like the A180 is winning by quite a bit, and then the DT29 is still behind, so the A180 is definitely the most popular weapon of the two. And if you want to vote in the poll, guys, go ahead and click on the link in the description to vote on the poll. And yeah, don't forget, every week we also do a contest giveaway. We did one yesterday, and someone won the Death Trooper, and we'll be doing another giveaway this upcoming Saturday. So every single Saturday, guys, for Star Wars Weekly, we give away a prize, so don't forget about that.
Yeah, and it looks like we just got a TIE Striker
Ooh,
power up. I don't think we will get to use it because this round is coming to an end, but that is how you obtain your TIE Striker, is by actually obtaining
wait,
them
I think
through
you just
power-up.
activated it.
Oh, I did.
So the TIE Striker power-up's been activated, and what's going to happen now is the TIE Striker is going to attempt to clear out any nearby rebels for our Imperials, and Robbie, again, does have the level 100 customization on. He's wearing the Shore Trooper Captain, and did you just get it? Did you just get a TIE Striker kill?
No, that was a sniper shot.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because with the TIE Striker kills, they have to be really close by you to get the kills. We'll have to see.
So thank you guys so much for voting in the poll, and thank you for joining us as we take a look at brand new gameplay from Rogue One Scarif DLC, which of course is releasing December 6th. I cannot wait to play that with you guys.
We're
It's
very
gonna be so
excited.
much
That's
fun.
only in 2 days.
Look forward to live stream.
Yeah, look forward to a live stream, guys, on the day of the release. And then we'll be doing like a private lobby with you guys soon. I don't know if it's going to be on Tuesday or not, but we'll be doing a private lobby with some of you guys. So what we like to do is do the live stream and then invite you guys into the PlayStation 4 private lobby, so that way we can do some myth busting and then maybe play a couple rounds.
Yes,
you know.
yes, exactly. And here we are on Director Krennic, which many of you wanted to see. Let's check out what he's up to.
So he's got 3 special abilities, so if you missed the gameplay earlier in the stream, let's go ahead and go over those abilities one more time. Here we got the ability over there. What's the first ability, by the way? I keep
The
on forgetting
first
what's called.
ability is the Armor Breaker.
Armor Breaker, that's what's called.
So, yeah, you activate that, and what that does is it gets rid of anyone's armor that they are wearing. It's from heroes that can buff them with armor. It's a new mechanic to the Rogue One Scarif DLC. I believe Leia can actually buff with armor.
Yep.
So you're going to want to use that against heroes and their lackeys. And then also we've got the droid, which offers his own little protective bubble shield. And when any enemies get within its vicinity, it will release Dioxis gas. And then finally we have the other one, which is the third ability, which buffs everyone within a certain radius.
Yeah.
So you armor up a lot of people, a lot of your troopers that are near you. Even the Death Troopers can be armored up. But the trait here works differently than most heroes. It is not based off kills.
Yeah.
So if the more allies you are next to, the more armor Krennic will receive.
Yeah, so he's very, very powerful, and, you know, when you're using him, you definitely want to work with your team because that definitely benefits your team.
Yeah, definitely. And we are going to traverse here across this river. As you can see, this is a different map. I love this map. This is probably one of my personal favorites in the game because of the lighting. And
Absolutely
its layout.
stunning.
So let me put this back. There we go.
And you can see that right now, the rebels are desperately trying to activate the uplinks because we're playing Walker Assault. And then you can see an AT-ACT in the distance there, which they are absolutely massive. They can go clear out there in the water. And I'm curious in the movie just how immersive it's going to be when we see the shot of the AT-ACT. Because again, director Gareth Edwards, he is a genius when it comes to scale and perspective. He's very, very good at capturing that. Like, he's the director of the new Godzilla movie, guys.
We love that movie.
I absolutely love Godzilla, guys. Like, one of my most memorable scenes from Godzilla is when that foot comes down in the airport and they all gasp. Like, the reaction was so real. And I'm expecting that kind of feeling from when we see the Death Star for the first time in this film.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the realistic take on the Star Wars universe.
And Nappin, our moderator, says gameplay is lit. And we want to thank Nappin because he is our moderator, guys. And he does a great job moderating for us, and we definitely want to thank him for sitting in and helping us out. Definitely appreciate that, Nappin.
Yeah.
And hope you're having a good weekend, guys, and really enjoying your Sunday. And we only got a couple more days until this Rogue One DLC releases on Tuesday, December 16th for Season Pass owners. So
it's not gonna be long.
Here we
be
go.
Here before you know it.
Yep.
And you guys will be able to hop in and join us and play with us. And then when the movie releases, we're gonna all watch that and definitely want to play this, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that's going to make people want to play it even more. If they haven't bought the DLC at that time, they'll go watch the movie and then realize, holy cow, I can actually experience this in Star Wars Battlefront. I really hope word gets around, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And then we've got the droid activated here. I think we've gotten a couple of kills just from the Diox grenade alone. If you plop that droid down near the objective, you will get those kills.
Yeah.
He is one of the best defensive heroes you can play with in the game.
Oh yeah.
So
Definitely.
if you want that type of play style, go for it. You don't want to. I don't feel like with Krennic, you want to be in the thick of it with the enemies. You want to stick with your allies because it does build up that trait. You can see we are at trait level 1 for him because we are near some allies. But if there were even more allies near us, we would buff that trait even further. And you'll notice that we have 28 health. Now, there's a white indicator down there with the yellow indicator on the health bar.
Yep.
And that just means we are armored up.
Yeah.
So
So, also, Brian wants to know if we're going to be showing Jyn Erso gameplay again. We'll do that right after this. Since we're talking about the heroes, we'll go and show Jyn Erso again, guys. But, yeah, who is your favorite, guys? We did a poll yesterday on that. And looks like Director Krennic did win the poll yesterday. But leave it in the chat, guys. Do you like Jyn Erso or Director Krennic? And again, yesterday Director Krennic did win.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see what you guys think now as to compare to when you play with them. Actually play with them.
Will your opinion change? Now, back to the armored up abilities. You were using it again right now. The way to counter that is with the Sonic Imploder.
Yep, so it's with the Sonic Imploder, guys. And also, another thing that before you leave your comments on who's your favorite, remember, Director Krennic does get the Death Troopers by his side. Which is kind of sad that Jyn doesn't get anything.
No wonder
That's
why
too
he
bad.
wins. I mean, he gets
That's
a
too
lot
bad.
of cool stuff. I'm just going to say
Looks
so.
like Jaybird says Jyn. Let's see here. Vader says Jyn. Star Wars Empire says Krennic. Samuel says Jyn. A lot of Jyns. Awesome, guys.
Wow.
And Richard says Jyn. Andy says Krennic. And
I'm down Jyn Erso
yeah.
gameplay for you guys.
Let's take a look at Jyn Erso gameplay here, guys. And she is very fast. That's one thing you'll notice right away. She moves extremely fast across the map. I think almost as fast as Director Krennic. He moves pretty fast as well.
Yeah.
And she has the 3 abilities. First ability being where she can switch between that pistol and the rifle mode on her A180. And then you got the Sonic Imploder, which is extremely powerful. And then that Truncheon move that she can do, Surge that she can do. And well, I think out of all of those, I really like her A180. Out of all the abilities and that Surge she can do. Actually, I like all of them. They're very useful. And she's very powerful. And she can go on the offensive up close. I think she's going to be very useful on smaller maps as well that are more close quarters combat with that Truncheon Surge, guys. Because she can take out multiple enemies, you know, in kind of like a chained attack. So you can kind of chain it together. Because, again, I believe you get about 9 surges. And then you can combine that with your trait to earn more surges as you play. So, Jyn Erso can really pack a punch and really give it to the enemy team if you know how to utilize all of her special abilities. And she's a very good offensive player as well. And Weapon X wants to know, is she faster than Luke? I don't think she's faster than Luke. I still think that Luke Skywalker is going to be one of the fastest heroes even after, you know, Jyn Erso is released with this DLC. But Luke is going to get even faster, guys. I don't know if you realize this, but the vanilla heroes are also getting traits as well. And one of Luke Skywalker's traits is faster sprint speed as you obtain kills. So if you think Luke Skywalker is fast now, he's going to be even faster with that trait.
Oh, man. And then did you mention all the other traits, Han Solo, Leia?
Yeah, and then all the other vanilla heroes are going to have traits as well.
Yeah, that includes Han Solo, who is going to be getting more blaster damage over a longer distance, making him fight the sniper now. So as you build up his trait, you will become more powerful in that regard. And then Leia will be giving armor to rebels nearby, so you are going to want to counter her and anyone near her with some of that sonic imploder action. So we are going to go back over here to Ryan's gameplay, I believe it is.
Yep, so we're heading back over here, guys, and this is going to be some more gameplay, I believe. Let's see what mode we're looking at here.
Yeah, so this is your gameplay that's pretty new, that a lot of you probably have not seen. We did play earlier in the stream, but yeah, Ryan gets some really cool kills here. But back to those hero traits. For Vader, he's getting a new trait which armors up Vader the more enemies that are around him. So you are going to be encouraged to get in there and attack as many enemies as possible. Then Palpatine's lightning will recharge faster the more enemies you kill. Boba Fett's jump pack will recharge faster now and is given a passive ability which is a scan pulse. Which over time, as you upgrade your trait, will become more active and more available to you.
Yeah, and that scan pulse, I believe it's just always there.
Yes, it's always on. You know? You do not need to turn it on.
And that's going to make Boba Fett very powerful, guys. Boba Fett, for me, he's never been my #1 choice.
Right, yeah,
but with that scan pulse, I'm a huge fan of the scan pulse, just the regular star card. So with the addition of that, I think I'm going to really like Boba Fett now. And I think one of the cooler traits that they've added is Darth Vader's, because the fact that he gets stronger near more enemies is a very interesting twist on the way you're going to approach multiple enemies. You're going to want to get in there now and kind of get into the thick of things instead of being afraid to attack a whole group of enemies, which is cool.
Yeah, and as Royal Guards and Honor Guards and Death Troopers, they're really encouraging you to stick with your respective hero.
Yeah.
So they have a new mechanic where you will see a cooldown reduction for your abilities as, you know, the Death Trooper or whatever bodyguard you are. But again, you have to be by your respective hero. So a Death Trooper will not gain that additional cooldown by being by Emperor Palpatine, for example. He needs to be by Director Krennic.
Yeah, so that's very cool. And it's going to really encourage, you know, heroes to work with their bodyguards and then vice versa. And it really puts an emphasis on team play, because when they introduced the partner cooldown, remember they introduced that partner thing where the star cards cool down faster?
Yeah.
I use that often. Like, I will spawn on my partner often. I find that very beneficial.
That is so true. I will go seeking out my partner if I notice that I need my jump pack to charge
like all 3 star cards are not really charged up and you need that charge. Cool, and it really makes a difference.
Yeah. So let's see here. There's some additional patch notes here. So yes, you will be able to play with the new heroes and villains, by the way, in Skirmish if you did miss that. And also battles and co-op offline and online. They did fix a glitch in Fighter Squadron. If you are a huge fan of Fighter Squadron, you may notice the B-Wing and those extra craft have that instant kill. That has been fixed. So, has been adjusted. And the Death Star DLC is getting more ground-based modes. Yes.
Yeah.
A reason to revisit the Death Star. This is going to include cargo and droid run, which will be in the rotation now.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I'm very excited about that because I'm a huge fan of those type of modes. And, you know, one of the complaints about the Death Star DLC was it was too heavily focused on flying. And seeing that added will kind of work that out. And Rogue One DLC, you know, from what we experienced already, is very well balanced with the ground modes compared to flying.
And polished.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't experience any major glitches during our time.
Exactly.
And, play session at DICE LA. So
Yep.
that is very, very good news. It seems like they're also tapping into the fact that we want a polished game.
Yeah.
And I'm really crossing my fingers that when it releases, it's super
Well
polished,
received
because
and
it seems
stuff.
like
Yeah.
they are doing that.
Guys, I believe this is going to be your favorite DLC because it is so, like Robbie said, so well polished, and there's tons of content. The maps are beautiful, and it's directly related to the movie that's coming out, so that's very exciting.
Indeed. There goes the Sonic Imploder. Ryan did actually get this guy a little bit, but unfortunately, the Shore Trooper propels.
Yep, and look at that beautiful sunset.
Yeah, it's so, so beautiful.
Absolutely stunning.
And let's see here. I'm so curious about the story behind Scarif. By the way, the bridges here do not look like permanent bridges. They look like military bridges.
Like temporary, yeah, I agree.
What was the terminology for that? There's a...
Temporary bridges?
There's an engineer...
Military bridges?
Military vehicle, the engineer corps, I think it is, in the United States Marines are familiar with those bridges.
Yeah, I just call them bridges.
Bridges.
Keep it simple, Robbie.
But it's
Just
cool.
kidding.
If you guys have seen the vehicle that can deploy the bridges in real life,
Yeah.
that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
It's quite something.
That'd be cool if you could actually build a bridge.
Yeah, like deploy it.
Yeah,
or
you
you
have
have
like
to
a worker.
escort. You have to
Yeah.
escort. Now this is a cool game. I just came up with it on the fly.
Uh-oh, we got new game mode
You have
Rob's
to
coming up with.
escort a whole group of those tank-like vehicles. They set down the bridge, you know.
Oh, wow.
Then the next vehicle goes over. You got to escort that one. That one sets down until you get to your objective.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Amazing game mode.
That would be awesome. Robbie just invented something.
I just invented a game mode.
And then Jaybird says the graphics are gorgeous. Yes, they are, guys. The graphics look absolutely stunning. And again, one of our favorite parts about this DLC are the different lighting conditions. Here you see the beautiful sunset. And then on other maps, you will see, you know, a more afternoon type sunset. Sun.
Yeah,
Fire.
we want to see nighttime.
Yeah, nighttime
It'd be
would
cool
be
to
awesome.
see nighttime. I think it would be awesome if, like, Walker Salt started in... Well, not Walker Salt, sorry. Infiltration mode started
Yeah.
in daytime. Then they eventually went to nighttime or something like that. That would be very cool. Or reversed, where it's nighttime and then you see the sun coming up.
Yeah, nighttime would make the whole map feel completely different. And, you know, I would think that nighttime would fit very well on these maps because you see those big floodlights, you know, across the map. That would work very well.
Thank you so much, The Flying Swede, and welcome everyone to the live stream. And anyone that has sat in during the whole live stream,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us, guys.
Thank you, guys. And
All of you guys.
if you're liking what you see, go ahead and hit that like button. We're going for
Smush.
1,500 likes now. Looks like we hit the 1,000 like
That's
mark.
crazy.
Awesome,
That
guys.
was our
Definitely
goal.
appreciate that.
Yeah, so we really, really appreciate you guys doing that. RV says, are there any Easter eggs on this DLC? And there are, I believe, like smaller Easter eggs,
Yeah.
like with the, what's the word, Star Wars text. I don't know what the exact terminology is. It starts with an A. But anyway, you can translate that. I will say like warning messages and stuff like that. But I think they have actually purposely limited the Easter eggs
Yeah.
in some regards, not to spoil the movie.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to spoil the movie. And we have not seen K2SO yet appear in
Where
this
is he?
DLC. That's one thing that I do want to eventually see in Battlefront is K2SO. I think it would be cool. Personally, this is what I think. I think it'd be cool if you saw like a single player mission in Battlefront 2 based on K2SO. I think it'd be cool. I don't know if you guys think so. But
K2SO is very, very cool.
yeah, I think he's going to be very popular after the movie releases.
Yeah. And
And,
Alan
yeah.
Tudyk actually does the voice for
Yep.
K2SO, and you may know
In
him
the,
from...
Rogue One VR mission.
Yes,
in the
and,
VR
and
mission.
in the movie, of
Yep.
course, because he is K2SO, basically, and he was a star in Firefly.
Yep.
And he's done many different movies, including, what's that one movie? Maze Runner. He was
Yeah.
in Maze Runner 2 as that, like, really weird... You almost look like he was completely
Oh,
drugged out.
yeah.
He needs to star in more of those creepy, weird, strange roles.
Yeah. I've heard he's a very funny guy. That's what I've heard.
Oh, yeah,
so,
in interviews, yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what kind of personality he kind of infuses into K2SO. From what we've seen in the trailer, K2SO looks like he's going to offer some comedic relief in the film.
Yeah.
So I really look forward to seeing that. and we'll see what happens with this character throughout the course of the film.
I'm hoping, you know, we just got done watching Guardians of the Galaxy. And
Oh,
there was
yeah,
a Guardians of the
yeah,
Galaxy 2 trailer recently
Yeah.
released, which I'm not watching. I'm not spoiling.
Yeah,
it.
I'm
We
not-
got to see
yeah.
Baby Groot,
Oh yeah,
like in the thumbnail. He
Yep.
looks, that looks hilarious. I cannot wait
Yeah.
to see that.
We
But
just got done watching
I think
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
the first one last night.
Excellent movie.
It's one of my favorite Marvel movies.
I
hands
think
down.
K2SO is going to provide the humor, much like Groot
Yeah.
does. So I think
Yeah.
he's going to be a favorite character and
Yep.
droid robot for sure.
Yeah. So, guys, right now we are taking a look at the A180 in action.
Oh,
Doing some sniping, nicely done
that
there.
was Ryan doing that.
That was
There.
awesome. So I take all the credit for that one.
And I gave it to you.
Yeah, I
I should
definitely
have
appreciate
taken
that.
the credit.
I
Should
know.
have taken the, I don't know why I didn't. Dang it.
So right now we are trying to kill as many Imperials as possible using our roll maneuver in the process. And right here see, that's the danger. That is the danger of using the sniper up close like that. Because once you fire it, you have to put the weapon back into pistol mode. And that can
Yeah.
take some time. So remember that, guys. Remember.
So I think if you've been playing Battlefront for a very long time, you know, you've played all the DLCs, this is the weapon you want to try.
Yep.
Because I feel like it caters to the more hardcore crowd, so you
Yeah.
can really experience something that challenges you, and you guys will love this weapon. Like, this is, I'm thinking about games right now that are out,
Yeah.
that are using this type of mechanic on the fly in
Yeah.
multiplayer, and there's
Yeah.
not many, and they really nailed something that is Star Wars Battlefront. That
Yeah.
actually feels like it is unique to this franchise now.
Yep. And I don't know about you guys, there's been a lot of games that have come out this holiday, but even with those games, you know, that I've bought, I always want to play Battlefront over them. Like, I literally go, I want to play Battlefront, and that's a very good sign.
Yes, it
A
is.
very good sign, because there's a lot of competition this year, but Battlefront is still my #1 game.
Yeah, so Darth Sidious was wondering, is this DLC out now? How are you playing it? So it's not out right now.
Yeah.
It is coming out December 6th here very, very soon, and we actually went to DICE LA, got the chance to play, so that is how we played it. But mark your calendars, guys, for December 6th
Yeah.
for this DLC. It's coming out first
2 days.
season pass holders,
Yeah.
and then everyone else 2 weeks later will be able to just download it for $15.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, if you're new to Battlefront, you do not own it right now. There's the Ultimate Edition, which is out now, and
Isn't
basically
it still cheap? It's pretty...
yeah, it's very
Pricey.
cheap. You can get it for $39, maybe even lower price than that, and it includes the entire core game plus all of the DLCs, including this Rogue One DLC. So you get the core game, you get the Outer Rim DLC, you get the Basman DLC, the Death Star DLC, and the Rogue One DLC, and that is a full-blown game. Like, we were
That is
discussing that on the
crazy.
live stream. That is a full-blown game. There's tons of content, and when you buy that for $40 or less, you're really getting, in my opinion, you're getting your money's worth. That's like a
Oh
steal.
yeah, that is a steal right there. I mean, it's totally worth it. Like,
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that it is 100% worth it. And you guys can join us online.
Yeah.
We usually play on PS4.
Yeah, we do usually play on PS4. We do sometimes play on the PC, but keep in mind, we're completely ranked up on the PS4 compared to our PC profiles.
Yeah.
And something that we need to suggest to DICE, I really want to see cross-platform play, or I guess
Never
where it carries
gonna
over.
happen.
Well, no, other games
like
are doing
it's-
that. No,
Oh.
other games are doing that. They could easily implement where when you log into your Origin ID, the Origin ID keeps track of your progress across multiple platforms. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're playing with players across those platforms. It just means keep track of your progress.
Wonder how hard that is to do to develop.
I would think it'd be easy. Oh, it's easy.
Oh, it's easy.
Oh,
yeah,
come
right.
on.
You don't know anything.
They're DICE.
I bet they're like getting
Electronic
ahead
Arts and
just
DICE.
with that suggestion. They're like,
Well, they already have it. I know the forums have it where when you log into your Origin ID, it literally logs you in and recognizes the game you own.
that's incredible.
So
Oh, okay, I see.
it's
I
going to
know
recognize
you're,
if you
like,
own the
referring to-
PS4 version or the PC version.
Because
or
Forza
any version.
Horizon 3 has
Yes.
right where you
Yes,
can
has
do that.
cross-platform play, keeps track of all of your progress. So if they can do it, I believe that DICE can do it too.
But I wonder if they would have to get permission from, like, Sony and
Probably.
Microsoft. It seems like Microsoft
I don't know.
is
I don't
more
think so.
lenient about stuff anymore.
I don't think they would have to because they're not asking. I'm not asking for like cross-platform play. I'm just asking to keep track of the stats across all the platforms if possible.
Gonzala Vargas says he wants to play as R2-D2 as a hero.
He wants to play as R2-D2 as a hero. Well, if you want to do that, you can just play the Death Star DLC.
But what happens if he was actually a hero?
A
pickup,
hero?
Like
No, that'd be weird.
And he's like flying around.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
And he has a rocket launcher that he picks up. He's like,
yeah, right. With his arms. Or Chopper.
yeah,
Like,
Chopper. I
Chopper.
think of Chopper.
He's got
who
the
has
arms. And looks like Battlefronting is at rank 90 with 500,000 credits.
Wow, you are
Nice.
overly prepared, I think.
Yeah, you are
Like
definitely
you are
prepared.
ready to go with this DLC.
Nice. And looks like Star Wars Gaming 23 is at rank 90 with 237,000 credits. So you guys are more than ready.
And Owen says that Scarif is the Florida of the galaxy.
It is. Hopefully it doesn't all sink into the water.
Yeah, in 200 years.
I know, really.
Oh man, that would really suck.
And we're trying to get a flanking position on this. Looks like Shore Trooper here. Now, I believe this is my gameplay here because I remember this actually.
Are you sure?
Yep.
You sure, buddy? Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Because I remember flanking him there. And this is a very cool area. Right now we're playing Turning Point, and it's cool to cross the beach over onto the water. I love those sections, you know, where you go across the beach and go into the water. It's so cool. And it's such a cool concept for a map.
It's risky.
Looks like a
crossing
lot of work.
those rivers.
Yeah, I know. It
gotta
is.
be,
It's a more open environment there, guys. So
Prepare
you
for
gotta be
sniper
careful.
fire.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. This is Turning Point.
Yep.
Oh,
We got
we are
Turning
seeing
Point
here.
right here. And we're using the EE4. It's a very distinguished sound, though. You can definitely tell it's the EE4, guys. We're trying to...
Oh,
Look, he tried
that
to
looked
roll.
painful.
I know, he tried to roll. It's kind of terrible
It looks
looking.
super
I remember,
realistic.
Yeah, I remember killing that guy, and he was like... I was like, God, that looked like a horrible death.
Yeah, that's crazy. One thing that's cool about the Frostbite engine is I remember with, I think it was Battlefield 3 when it was initially built, they were using the FIFA animation tech, and FIFA is like really good with animation. I mean, they have like the best of everything with the Frostbite engine, the best sound, animation, lighting here that we can see. And I think it would be cool to see eventually down the road for Battlefront is some sort of dynamic weather system. Like, can you imagine rain rolling in on this map?
I know,
That would
I
be
know.
very, very cool.
And it's really cool, like you mentioned, the Frostbite engine. The way DICE does the Frostbite engine is they're having all of their studios, I've noticed, use the Frostbite engine, so that way if a studio advances the Frostbite engine in a way that another studio has not, the studios can learn from each other, and then we get better and better graphics in all of our games. And guys, we have been live streaming for looks like a couple hours now. Let's take a look how long we've been live streaming here.
2 hours, 15 minutes.
Okay, so we'll be wrapping it up here in about 15 more minutes.
Yep,
it sounds like. And right now we're looking at footage again of the Turning Point mode, meleeing our enemies.
Get those melee kills.
Looks like, again, this is beautiful. The sunset here is just gorgeous. And that tower in the background, I really do love this map, like you mentioned. The tower in the background is
Probably,
stunning.
yeah, I think it's my favorite map.
Yep.
Like, hands down, just the atmosphere of it, the lighting. It feels like it can support snipers, actually. As you can see here, there's a very open area. So, if you do use the pulse cannon, you can go for that, of course. But I think a lot of you will now favor the A180C.
Yep.
Big time, but you can actually really have two snipers now. The pulse cannon, the A180C, so
you
have a lot more options. 3 with the cycle
no,
rifle.
that's scary. Yeah, but you can't have them all equipped at once.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, right.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, because it gets rid of the star cards.
Oh, you cannot do that. So yeah, that's a good point.
Never mind.
So
See,
remember, the A180 gets rid of the star cards, and that's probably the reason why they did it. See, if you had the A180 with those star cards, I was just thinking that'd be way too OP.
So,
because someone could just snipe with the A180 and then switch over to the cycle rifle and then snipe again immediately. And I would think that'd be very annoying if that were to happen.
I feel like with the A180, they really thought about it not being too OP, considering that you can't use your jump pack, you can't get up in an area and snipe everyone from, you know, a distance that can't be reached.
Yeah.
So I really do love that mechanic. I almost feel like that should be kind of a rule for a lot of the snipers that are added. If you have a sniper that is like your base weapon, they should really keep up with that rule.
Exactly. So they're doing a good job balancing the game, guys, because, again, when you introduce something that dramatic of a change, because it is a pretty dramatic change to replace all of your star cards like that, you know, you have to worry about balancing issues, and when we played it, during the event, we played for a very long time, so we got to really determine if it felt balanced. And to me, the A180 being introduced has not really done anything to throw off the balance of the game. So they've done a good job with that. That's good news. Very good news.
Star Wars Gaming brought up a really good point. He says, does the AT-AT feet and legs rust on Scarif because it's in the water so much?
That's a good question.
So we don't know what the science could be behind that, but I'm sure that there would be some sort of coating.
Yeah, something on. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that the Empire put something on their vehicles to protect from the environment. I mean, that's a good thought. I never even thought about that. You would think that with the seawater, especially, you know, the salt water. If it is salt water on Scarif, I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably
but I know, who knows? But you'd think regardless, since it's water, it would kind of erode the AT-ACTs a lot quicker. And, you know, I believe they would have some type of special coating. Maybe, you know, that stuff you see on the As Seen TV commercial.
Director Krennic, as seen on TV.
They
Spray it
just
on your
brush it
AT.
on there. Yeah.
Save yourself from going to repairs.
Yeah.
And let's see, we are moving forward and grabbing a power-up.
And we're refreshing. Well, I think we're going to save the refresh here. And this transport ship, this Imperial transport ship, looks beautiful in the sunset.
Yeah.
Looks absolutely incredible. And thank you for the Donuts Battlefront team. We did do Director Krennic gameplay already there. If you wanted to see the gameplay, you can always rewind it, guys. We already did that one twice.
And we will archive the stream as
well. Yeah, definitely. So if you miss it, we'll be archiving the stream. And here is the poll. So it looks like the A180 is still winning, guys. If you want to vote, if you're new to the stream and you want to vote, click on the link in the description and cast your vote. Which one is your favorite, the A180 or the DT29?
So Nathan is wondering, how would you reload the DT29 on Xbox One? That would probably be RB.
Yeah.
Yep.
RB on that. So
that's what we're going to assume. And then on the PS4, it would be R1. And then on the PC, that's going to be R.
Yeah, exactly. So it basically follows the same mechanic, I guess you'd say, as the overheating.
Yeah.
But here we are on another beautiful map where the lighting dramatically changes the look of this map right here. And I love how when the sun hits the trees, you can see it shining off of the palm trees. It's absolutely gorgeous.
That shimmer.
Yeah, it's just stunning.
Yeah, so the A180 is almost double the DT29 too. It's getting there. It's kind of not exactly double. But let's close down that pole. And Ryan is using Scan Pulse.
Yeah, so Scan Pulse definitely coming in handy on the forested maps of Scarif. And you can see all the shrubbery again. And right here, I think this is one of my favorite maps as well. I don't know. I don't know which one's my favorite map, guys.
That is
so hard to choose. They're all so beautiful. And there's really hardly any, like, jaggies. You know, you'd think with this many trees, you'd see a bunch of jagged edges.
Yeah.
But, man, they're really pushing that Frostbite engine to the limit.
Yeah, there's so much detail with this forest. It is crazy. They really did everything they could to really flesh out this forest big time.
And the Rocket Wabu says, I love the cowboy feeling the DT29 gives you. I completely agree. When you hold it, you feel like that space cowboy.
Yep.
And it's really cool. The only thing is, remember, you get 6 shots, so make sure you make every single one of them count. Because if you miss, you're going to have to reload that thing.
Well, right now, Ryan is dominating with E11.
Yep.
He got in there and he did like a couple kills, went on a streak there. So yeah, you can really survive with those vanilla-based weapons still, if you still favor those, of course.
Yeah, so, and you can see the U-Wing in the distance there circling around. Looked like it was damaged quite a bit. And that is the Rebel pickup guys that you can use. If you pick it up, you are the gunner. I think it'd be cool eventually if they introduce flying vehicles that have 2 or 3 gunner positions where you can get in there and have the opportunity to have more people flying at once. But they got to be careful with that. They don't want to do too much because it can be pretty chaotic.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing that I do like, I do want to bring this up, is that with the gunner position, it's not like a kill streak you earn from getting rewarded by doing like what, 5 kills in a row.
Yeah.
So it gives everyone the opportunity, an equal opportunity to play as the U-Wing gunner.
Yep, definitely.
Which is cool.
We are on Walker Assault mode right now.
Yep.
And I think we're nearing the end of that match there as we push forward. So thank you guys once again for joining. We see you all in the chat.
Yeah.
Timo, this is not out right now. It will be out December 6th. Yeah, we're just joining the chat. So it'll be out on all platforms. I don't know what platform you guys play on. What platform will you be playing Battlefront Rogue One Scarif on? Join us if you are on PS4. We will be live streaming it December 6th and continuing to live stream it up until release.
Yeah.
We're posting constant updates about news related to Star Wars Battlefront Rogue One Scarif and Star Wars Battlefront 2 in 2017, which I can't even express how excited I am for that one.
I know.
I think it is going to be out of this world because
I do too.
They managed to pull this off with, DICE Stockholm team under the pressure of Force Awakens deadline.
Yeah.
And now with Star Wars Battlefront 2, we have, of course, Episode 8 content, but we have 2 teams now working on EA Motive and Stockholm.
Yeah. So they have a lot of they have a lot of pressure on them, of course, but they've proven themselves already by getting the game out in time for Episode 7.
Yeah.
And they've had more time with Episode 8, which is good. So, like Robbie said, we're expecting Star Wars Battlefront 2 to be insane.
Insane to the membrane.
It's going to be awesome. And guys, after this live stream, remember, we're going to be releasing another 360-degree video showcasing the U-Wing this time. So that's going to hit in about 15 minutes on our channel. Here at youtube.com/StarWarsHQ. And we're taking down the AT, and
that is
boom.
one of the coolest things that never gets
no,
old.
I mean, they took it down. They took down our AT, I should say.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We lost.
And, yeah, I wanted to show you guys some HUD-less gameplay of the shield gates here. This is phase 1 of Infiltration mode. It's quite stunning to see Scarif like this. It is so beautiful, and you will eventually go down to Scarif in phase 2 and phase 3 and do some ground-based combat. You'll have some objectives, of course. Very, very cool stuff. Will the Rebels win? No one knows.
Yeah, and this is just stunning. Again, phase 1, I think it's the best space battle I've seen in a Star Wars game, actually, so far. So we saw some incredible space battles in the Death Star DLC, of course, but this one is even better, in my opinion, with the Scarif planet so big in the background. I have no idea how they created the planet with such, like, clear quality. Usually, when games have something that big, it's kind of blurry a little bit.
Yeah.
And they don't have that much detail, but the clouds, the ocean, it's very detailed. I mean, extremely detailed.
Now,
and here's the U-Wing, of course.
I would like to see, since we're talking about this water planet, I just thought about Camino.
Oh my gosh.
It'd be very cool to battle above it.
Yep, that'd be awesome.
And then this multi-stage mode is kind of growing on me. So
yeah.
I really do love it. And it'd be cool to go down there and see that weather and the waves crashing onto those platforms. Definitely.
Yeah, Nappin says he's got to put on his VR headset for my phone when I'm going to watch the 360-degree video. Yeah, definitely try it out, guys, because our 360-degree videos, you can actually use it with like Google Cardboard. If you have like a VR headset for your cell phone, you can use it with that too.
Yes, it is very, very cool.
And
right
right now,
work on those videos. So also, don't forget we do have patch notes out for the upcoming patch that's releasing on December 6th. It applies to the vanilla game, you know, the base game, all the heroes, the traits, everything. If you want to find out more about that, follow the link in the description below. Find out about the patch. We might be doing a part 2, I'm sure, because there might be additional changes to, you know, heroes, how they damage, or how they take damage.
Yeah.
So look forward to that part 2 down the road. Those official patch notes, I would think, would be out by Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, yep, keep your eyes peeled for more content here on Star Wars HQ, and then we're going to be definitely covering, you know, the movies, TV series, whatever comes our way.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to look forward to, and I'm just looking at this footage of this TIE fighter in the Phase 1, and it just looks incredible, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Alright guys, so thank you guys once again for joining us. Let's check out the poll one more time here. So it looks like the A180 won. You guys are a lot
like
more
the
excited for the
A180.
A180 than the DT29. I thought for sure I could convince you guys about the
Nope,
DT29.
I knew the A180 would be the one.
Well, because of that disruption, because it's you know, immune to disruption. I thought you would be like, holy cow, it's immune to disruption. But yes, the A180 you guys are mostly excited for. But guys, thank you so much for joining our live stream. It was a blast hanging out with you all. We really appreciate it. Look forward to more videos again here on Star Wars HQ. December 6th, guys. Mark it on your calendars.
Oh, yeah.
We will be doing more live streams. And yeah, Star Wars Weekly, we will return to that every single weekend where we give away prizes through the Sith Holocron or Jedi Holocron.
Yeah, we want to thank you guys for joining us. We definitely want to thank Nappin for helping out moderating our streams. Definitely appreciate that. And we look forward to playing with you guys again when the Rogue One Scarif DLC launches for Season Pass holders on December 6th. And we've got the movie coming out December 16th, so we can't wait to talk about that with you more. And may the Force be with you always. Bye!